Hey, welcome to the Injustice 2 King of the Hill event. My name is Ultradavid.
And I'm Sajam. And you're gonna hear some similarities here. You know, they couldn't get ketchup and mustard, so they're like, who else sounds exactly the same and can do Injustice commentary in Southern California? So they found us, and here we are, you know.
It worked out pretty well, I would say.
Yeah.
So we just saw some Street Fighter V. That was kind of a ripping.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But now that those Capcom guys are done.
Yeah, we're going to let their stench waft out
now
of the
that
building.
they're done doing this stuff, you know, in between every match, like us NRS guys, we're going to handle some Injustice 2 action, you know.
That's right, that's right. So we're going to have a cool event for you today. I'm really looking forward to this. We have 4 players here. But let's talk a little bit about Injustice 2, which just launched.
Yeah, it just came out.
Have you had a chance to play it?
I have had a chance to play it for a little while.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I got to stream it and play it last night. It was a lot of fun. And what I like is that the legacy characters are very similar to how they were in the last game. They have some new tricks and tools, all of them, you know, new strings or new special moves and stuff like that. But I really like the new character designs. They're super different from everything else in the game. And I think that it's cool that a lot of the characters they brought back are kind of straightforward. So they handled like all right, this is the obvious character stuff. And then all the new stuff is like super awesome. They have some really funky archetypes. Like I know you're playing Scarecrow, who is a good example of that. He is a super weird character.
Yeah, he is. He's a character with far-ranged options, some good footsies options, pressure stuff, command grab stuff.
Teleport.
A teleport, yeah, just a bunch of weird ideas. And that's what I really like about Injustice 2 and just NRS games in general, is that they always have these really weird characters. You can always count on them to have funky ideas.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what I go for in fighting games. I'm always looking for I know you're looking for the boring stuff, but
exactly.
I'm looking for the weird stuff. And this game is absolutely full of that. So yeah, Scarecrow is a great example. I've been playing a lot of Swamp Thing, and I feel like it's the same kind of idea for him.
Dude, he is sick. He has some super far-ranging normals that are like safe on block, and there's a mix-up in there. There's like cancelable stuff. He has like a 3/4 screen command throw vine toss thing.
Yeah, it's duckable, but you know.
You can duck it. Yeah, you can duck it. But it's like really cool because
but very interesting ideas.
Yes.
Right? I think that's the important point. So a lot of the new characters are very interesting. And they're going to take a little while, I would say, for most of them anyway, for us to see them at a high level of play. As you mentioned, a lot of the returning characters are very similar. And so when people jump into this game competitively, what I expect, at least at the start, is, you know, maybe you're experimenting with some new characters, but when it comes down to, I need to win now, I think a lot of people are going to go back to what they knew from Injustice 1.
Yeah.
That has not changed terribly much in Injustice 2.
Yeah,
so
pretty much everybody
I do expect
here
a lot of repeats, you know, a lot of returning
told
stuff.
us that, right? They're all been like, I'm going to play like my old character, right? And that's because a lot of them, they're experimenting with like a couple of new characters. I think everybody has said they've had like 2 to 4 characters. Everybody here. But they're all like, yeah, I'm trying out this new character and that new character, but I'm probably going to go with this character. So, you know, that's just kind of the way it is. But, you know, we've been talking a lot about everything. Let's get into the rules for today. It's a little different of a format than you're probably used to. It's very similar to the first time we ever did Street Fighter on here, right? Where we had that 4-man invitational. It's a very similar idea. So it is first to 10, just like all the King of the Hills we've had here. All stages are allowed, all characters are allowed, and if you do happen to lose, you can change to a different character.
Yeah, and like we said, we might see some of that because we expect folks maybe trying some things out, and if it doesn't work so well, then going back to, well, you know, a little bit what they're more accustomed to.
Yeah, the good old try and true. So
who do we have?
Yeah, first match will be the one you see at the bottom there. Noble's Pig of the Hut versus EMP KN's KDZ. That is a second place at EVO and first place at EVO in Injustice match right there.
Yeah, it's hard to get better pedigree when it comes to Injustice than those two right there. KDZ, as you said, he won the first EVO for Injustice.
Yeah.
Using Superman, did extremely well. He was dominant in that EVO top 8.
Oh yeah, I mean, that was one of the more convincing EVOs I've ever seen. Yeah.
It really was. Pig of the Hut made it to Grand Finals. He lost against Sonic Fox, but you know, that's an appendage you can put after basically everybody's name. Yeah. Other than that, fantastic player. Obviously great in MK as well. KDZ, a player who's been strong not just in Injustice, but in MK and Street Fighter and Soul Calibur and all sorts of stuff. So players who have a lot of experience all around.
Yeah, and there at the top you can see UA's GMP Tom Brady versus Slayer. 2 extremely talented players as well on the other side of the bracket. That'll be our second match for today. And the winner of both of these matches will play against each other to see who will be the king. You can see the little crown over there. We're not sure of what yet. We're not sure what sovereign nation or land that they are taking control of. Yeah. Or lordship of.
You know, you can be a ruler in absentia. It's okay.
Yeah. So it's not like, you know, we're not declaring an official title.
Yeah.
It's more of like a temporary, yeah, it's like a temporary crown, you know. But the Twitter accounts that you guys can follow are not temporary. In fact, there's a lot of Injustice news and action coming out of ESL. So you want to follow along over at twitter.com/ESL Injustice, all one word down there at the bottom if you guys want to get any news about stuff that they're doing for Injustice, you know, whether it's King of the Hill type stuff, online stuff, whatever ESL is involved in. You can also follow the channel, which is what you're watching on right now, twitch.tv/ESL for all the fighting game action you know and love. Week after week, they really have this Tuesday time slot locked and loaded. Every Tuesday, they have awesome fighting game action. And if you're interested in any of the other amazing...
Escape. I'm going to just jump in the middle of this combo right here and continue myself.
Did you just wager against me? We just did like the wager in the middle there?
No, I just spent 2 bars and I'm out of it.
Okay.
That's right. That's right. Ultra 10 TV is what we're going to be on tonight. Twitch.tv/Ultra 10 TV. It comes on at 8 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to be talking about Injustice 2.
You spent 2 bars on that?
Oh, yeah. It was worth it. It was absolutely worth it. We'll talk about Injustice 2. We'll talk about other things that have happened in the fighting game community and lots of other exciting things. Yeah, I know. Believe me, when you lose a big damage combo and the other guy only gets to spend 2 bars, it's pretty good.
That was good. Yeah, you did a great job. I was in the middle of a big combo. I had the back 3.
Yeah, well, you could have taken 50% off, but you didn't.
Yeah, 500 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too bad. Well, that's going to do it for our nice little spiel here about how amazing Injustice 2 is. When we come back, we're going to get a chance to talk to our first 2 competitors that are going to be going down here in just a bit. Hey everybody, welcome back to the ESL Injustice King of the Hill. I'm joined here by KDZ. How's it going?
Hey.
It's good to see you.
Good to be here.
You know, you're an Evo champion for Injustice. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, a lot, and there's not many people that could say that.
So 2 of us.
There's 2 of you.
There's only 2 of us.
Yeah, there's only 2 of you that could say that. So, you know, coming into this, I think a lot of people have high expectations about how you will do. Yeah. What are your thoughts about Injustice 2 so far?
It's a beautiful game. They fixed a lot of any complaints that people had about the last game. Some people didn't like that interactables were always unblockable.
Right.
So they kind of gave you some unblockable, some not, so it doesn't feel oppressive throughout the stage for players. That was a big thing for people.
Yeah, that was definitely, I feel like a lot of the people who played agile characters, like the smaller characters, really did not like that.
Yeah.
Especially like the Metropolis drones were like a good example of that. Or even, I guess, if you're a bigger character playing on the dumpster stage.
Yes.
That dumpster would slide and you just get stuck. So yeah, I think that is definitely a big change. What do you think about just the cast overall? What are your thoughts on some of the characters? Who have you been messing with?
Oh man, so in my Evo interview after I won, I asked them to put Darkseid in, and they did not disappoint. Thank you, NRS. So at some point, I'm going to be playing Darkseid. It's not tonight because I don't know how to play him yet.
Yeah, he's a little complicated. You know, you have to buy him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's part of like the Ultimate Edition or whatever.
Pre-order from GameStop.
Yeah, you got to pre-order from GameStop. You know, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I got you. He has the cool I-beams, the Omega beams, and stuff like that. Yeah, that character seems pretty cool, actually. I'm curious to see what people come up with. So you're not playing Darkseid, but who is in your roster today?
Black Adam seems like he's very Superman-esque, and I like that. I like the mid-range, the powerful mid-range tools. I really like what they did with Aquaman in this game. Supergirl, I wish she did a little more damage, but she is so cool.
She is super fun, like the flight combos and the air dashing, and she has good zoning.
I have to actively prevent myself from just playing Superman characters, like the Kryptonians or their enemies, things like that. So I'm going to try real hard to stray away from them, but as the set goes on, you might see me start gravitating towards his villains and his the heroes.
I mean, if you look upstairs over there, it's kind of part of the branding. You know, it's this whole color palette you have here, matches the hat and everything. I see what you're about. So all the super characters, basically. Is there anybody else that you're going to mess with?
Gorilla Grodd.
Gorilla Grodd. All right.
I love him so much. You could actually rustle somebody's jimmies in real life. It's perfect.
Oh man! All right, I didn't expect all that monkey business from you. That's pretty good. I mean, you know, what are your thoughts about maybe some other characters you'd like to be in the game? You said you wanted Darkseid in. Is there any other characters that you wish were in the roster that aren't?
Right now, I haven't thought of any characters that I was looking for, but there are some costumes that I'm really looking for, like for Supergirl. The old Justice League costume, the cartoon, the white top and the skirt.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I probably would just main her, I guess.
That would be it? That would just be the end?
It would be tough. Like, I would actively have to pull myself away from maining the character, because I love that character back.
You're all about super characters.
Oh, I love them.
Like, if they just put super in the name of every character, you'd play them, right?
It doesn't have to be. It just has to be from their universe, so.
Okay.
Like, Wonder Woman is close, so I was in there, too. Like...
She's in
a relationship with Superman. It's close enough. Yeah, it's a lot of his stories.
Yeah, I got you. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
She's kind of like in the same moveset. You could tell that they were like, I don't know what powers to give her. She does what Superman has, but give her like some weapons. But is there any other events that you're going to be traveling to lately? You know, the game just came out. Are you planning to compete? Are you planning to travel around, play some Injustice?
I'm going to be very active this year. So you're going to see me at Combo Breaker. You're going to see me at CEO. You're going to see me at Evo. You're going to see me at basically a tournament a month minimum. So.
Wow, are you planning on hitting everything that's basically on the Pro Tour? Is that like the plan?
Yeah, you understand. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make sure that I'm in contention for the Pro Tour throughout its entirety.
Okay. Wow, that sounds awesome. Is there, you know, you haven't really talked about your guy yet.
Oh, who I'm going to use.
Are you going to be playing Superman today?
Look,
I mean, that was the character you won Evo with.
I love Superman so much, but there's so many good characters in this game and so many fun characters, and it's a first 10. There's so much opportunity for me not to play Superman.
But there's also so much opportunity for you to play Superman.
Yeah, but when the chips are down, you're probably going to end up seeing Superman come out. Like, let's say I'm back against the wall, 9-1, don't know what to do. Even if I lost to Superman before, you're going to see me hover over to him. Just think about it for a minute. And I'm like, I guess this is it. And we're gonna try to run it.
I mean, there it is. You heard it. We're going to see some Superman today out of KDZ. Well, it's awesome hearing from you, and I can't wait to hear what your opponent has to say about the match coming up. And we're going to go over to David with that interview.
Hey, I'm here with Pig of the Hut. What's up, man?
Feeling good. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing well. Have you had a chance much to play Injustice 2 yet?
Yeah, that's a fun question. I've been playing it for a couple of days, and having a lot of. I've had 2 or 3 days to play the game, do the math, and it's been fun. I've had some get-togethers over. Last night in the hotel, we were playing some games, playing online. It's been fun.
Well, what are your initial thoughts about it?
The game feels more fluid. I like the movement better. I like the eclectic cast. I like that they brought a lot of new faces into the game, a lot of unexpected faces. Like, I don't even know who Blue Beetle is, but he's in this game. It's like, I mean, does anyone know who Blue Beetle is? I mean, I don't.
I haven't heard of about a fifth of the cast before they've been in here, but they're all cool characters in terms of the gameplay.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, when I first got the game, I like obscure characters that like to do space control, zone, and have some kind of interesting characteristic that I can build, lab, and drive into the depth of the character in a long term, not just short term. And initially, Dr. Fate has kind of fit that bill. And it's kind of fun that I'm here for Noble for the first time wearing yellow, and I might be playing with yellow. So, but maybe just one game, though. So we'll see, because I think Dr. Fate's a character that is going to take some time. And, you know, to play for 2 or 3 days, it's still not the time that's going to take to build up a character like that with full depth.
Yeah, that's something that I was thinking about as well. Not having had much time, there are characters who I agree would become strong in the long term, but in the short term, which characters are you looking at to just do the work now?
Okay, well, I'm looking to pick Zod. I mean, well, I can't pick Zod, so I wish I was able to pick Zod. Interesting. But I think characters that if you want to pick today, and you're new to the scene, you're a competitive player from Injustice 1, if you just want to win, Black Adam, Superman, Supergirl. Supergirl's a very accessible character to all different skill levels of a player. I think she's a very strong character, and she's very overlooked right now because she's not the hot new news. In beta, she was all that you would read about, all that you would hear about, but now it's who's Supergirl, and we're looking at Swamp Thing, we're looking at the new Cyborg, so it's fun. So I actually like that Philip is playing Supergirl, so hopefully we'll get to see some of that today.
Okay, well, you mentioned Fate for yourself. Which other characters are you intending to play, or is this just going to be Fate?
Well, starting after this event, I'm definitely going to dive into about 2 or 3 other characters to find what I would perceive as a top 5 character that has rushdown ability and zone potential. I think Fate might not fit that bill, but he could later develop into something like that. Currently, I really am considering Darkseid. I love Darkseid. I've always kind of liked his thing. Plus, he has Zod's stance and everything. When I saw this, I'm sold. Like, I didn't need anything else. I'm like, I don't care if he moves. I just want that. Yeah. So, but no, Darkseid, all jokes aside, he looks actually pretty strong. He actually also looks like he's going to take some time to develop, and he's got some depth, and he's got Omega Beams for days. I do like Atrocitus. I hate cats because I'm deathly allergic to them. So that's going to be hard to go through. So I love animals. I love dogs. I love every animal. But one day a cat slept on my neck at a party. I woke up and I had a huge like growth, and I had to go to the doctor to get a steroid shot. So I don't really like cats that much, but I may play with half a cat.
Well, it sounds like you don't like cat, but I'm not sure that means that you don't like cats in general.
No, I like cats in general. I love all animals. I am the animal lover. Do not tag me on Facebook, PETA.
Hey, look, I'm glad to hear that you have at least one cat friend. That's nice.
I have 2 dogs and a fish. All right.
Okay. So you in Injustice 1 you had a lot of success, yeah. Right? In MK you had success, but I know that there was some periods of time when you couldn't find your character, your style, what you wanted to do. In Injustice 2, are you planning to go back at it hard and sort of the way that you were in Injustice 1?
So yeah, in Injustice 1, I had great success after I developed the character Zod, and I became what I like to feel. I mean, I just felt like I could take on anyone, anytime, down any light bar. I could destroy the opponent. In Mortal Kombat X, I was stubborn, and I was absolutely just conflicted in myself. I was so obsessed of wanting to be the best Kenshi, and Kenshi just wasn't going to cut it in that game. And it took 1.5 years and 40 different patch changes and system changes, and then, oh my God, last October he's a top 8, top 10 character. He might be top 5 now, but for me it was too late. For me it was, I should have swallowed my pride 2 to 3 months in the game and said, who cares about being the best Kenshi? I mean, I can tell you right now, Phil doesn't care about being the best Superman, Supergirl. He cares about being world champion. So that's more of my focus with Injustice 2, and is also the prime reason after today I will dive into 3 or 4 other characters to find who that character is, because there is no character loyalty with me in this game. Okay,
are you going to be diving into the tournament series as well?
Yeah, just like KZ, every Pro Tour event you can expect me at. Probably, I'm going to definitely miss CEO because of work, which is really a killer. I might still try to make it, but yeah, every other event I will definitely be at the Pro Tour.
All right, man. Well, good luck today. Yeah. Hope it goes well. Let's take a break. We're going to get to the match after this. All right, welcome back to our King of the Hill Injustice 2 event. We have had some words from the players, heard from them a little bit about, you know, what they're doing in this game, what they're expecting out of this game, what they like about this game, but now we get a chance to see them play this game.
Yeah, and I think that's the exciting part. You know, there's a lot of people who have kind of been messing around, posting tech videos, streaming the game, trying out the story, et cetera, but we really haven't got a good look at people playing at a high level yet. And that's what I'm excited about, right? I'm excited to see people playing this game, competing in this game, coming up with ideas, putting a lot of that tech, you know, into practice. And I really hope that we get to see that today. Although I expect it'll be a lot of legacy characters.
Sure.
But it'll be some good old Injustice action. It's been a while.
Yeah, and when you see new characters, it's still going to be tough to find those setups. You may know what your setups are sort of in your brain, but finding the opportunity to make them work and then recognizing it as now is the time to make what I did in training mode happen.
Yeah.
That's always, it takes a little while. Like, is day one, is that when you're doing it? Maybe not so often, but we'll see. Hopefully we get to see some cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be doing like sick B&B combo in training mode, and then you get into a match and you're like,
down
I have
one
no
punish.
idea what I have no idea what I'm doing. You're just walking around like, what button do I hit in the neutral? When do I throw my projectile?
We'll see.
What's happening.
We'll see if the players have a better handle on that stuff. We're going to go over to them now.
And there it is. So our players set up, as you can see over there, donning the headphones so they don't get to hear the amazing advice that we could offer, which includes stuff as, I don't know, pick that one guy. Or
pick the guy. Or not the guy. It sounded like there may have been a Supergirl.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Supergirl versus Dr. Fate, our first match. So 2 new characters, actually, which is really cool. So if you guys haven't seen much of these characters, both of them pretty strong zoning potential. Supergirl has a straight laser that is very, 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 very fast. You're going to see it. That actually spends all her trait, as you can see in the bottom.
That's right. She has good mobility as well. She has some cool pressure and some cool combos like you were talking about when you were interviewing KDZ. So I like her as a character. Fate is a character I'm interested in as well. Yeah, great read. But like I said, right, the punishes are not quite there yet. It's going to be hard to get a handle on all that stuff.
Air dash, and doesn't pick up the combo, just got the standing 2. But yeah, she has a trait you can see on the bottom left. That's her laser. So anytime you see a laser beam from her, it is that trait. It's going to recover over time, and that does big damage. Yeah.
Allows some pressure for herself. She can hold it there. She did.
Yeah, meter burns it to keep it safe.
Speaking of meter burn, you can stop that orb whenever you want to by meter burning it. Allows him some great control. Better punish. All he needed was 1 hit, and it wasn't the one, so that was good.
Yeah, down 2 that time. It is a better choice for sure. Oh, big chance for a jump in, but yeah, a lot of drops, a lot of misses so far.
That's what I expect. I mean, it's day 1, and these are some of the best players on Earth, but you know they're not immune to needing to learn the game first.
Right, exactly. Stuff the walking laser there and a teleport. No punish again. There's that little down 1 check. All right, got the forward 2 pickup.
Chance for pressure, but wake up again.
Yeah, that wake up attack's really fast.
It is, and it allows him to back up as well, which is nice.
Oh,
so she can do such big stuff.
Yeah, that's a big combo actually. She can flight cancel, do a big damage.
That could have been the life bar. And instead, Pig the Hut is in big control. He knows he only needs chip out.
Missed combo opportunity for KDZ. You can saw he had the first hit of that string, but didn't do the rest of it. And that's that muscle memory we talked about, right? Like, if you don't have it drilled into your head, like, all right, I block this, boom that combo, right? So, yeah, already a character switch. KDZ mentioned that he has, like, 5 characters that he wants to play. But, yeah, Superman. He's already thinking about it.
Yeah, well.
Dang, look at this.
Are the chips already down?
Aquaman. Okay. There was a really cool skin on there. Aquaman has one too, so a bunch of the gear is on. But yeah, that was really cool. Superman outfit for a second there.
Well, we're not going to see that. We're going to go to Aquaman. Aquaman is very similar to how he was before. Lots of the same important things. Some changes, of course, but in terms of how he plays, quite similar. He has some of those big normals, some similar pressure from the deep, from afar to control space.
And you see that the spacing on that, the pushback on the honk, as you mentioned, is huge, right? So even if you block it, you're in a pretty far position, not always easy to punish it, even if he does it as a wake-up attack. So trying to get through some of the zoning with that water shield.
As you can see, that Fireball for Dr. Fate doesn't actually cover people who are crouching in front of him. So as Fate, you want to make sure that you're at a range where you can enforce that the opponent cannot crouch underneath it.
Yeah, you got to move a little bit further, right? If you're about half screen, then he can't do it safely, right?
Important aspect of his safe control, or of his space control. Now, I also talked with Pick. He said whenever he does that explosion move, which locks the opponent out from using interactables, that's a mistake.
He doesn't mean to do it?
He doesn't mean to do it.
Interesting. So, yeah, trading on the projectiles here. KDZ not finding a way in. He's not getting the better of these projectile trades.
No.
And you see that range right there. That's where you can duck under the projectile. And you force Dr. Fate to go to his... Yeah, you see, you force him to go to his grounded normal options.
Right. Oh, a little bit too far away.
Backdash.
Maybe a chance to get something going. No, and I like Pig approaching like that just to build a little bit of space. He has that orb out now.
Yeah,
but
that was a good choice.
Oh, here's a big chance. No. Wake Up got him out.
Activates the trait. Powers up a lot of Dr. Fate's moves. So he used the meter burn there and just got in behind it. Oh, it was too far.
That is a bummer.
Yeah, back 1, 2, 3 is that string. And it was just a little too far. And another miss on the from the deep there.
Right.
It's a little different in this game how you combo. In the last game, you do it instantly after the meter burn. In this game, you delay it a few frames. So you got to wait a little bit. And the zoning is going to be a big problem now for KDZ.
Pig is looking real good. Yeah.
Dang it, comboed? That was so sick. So he did the orb, he took the hit from the deep, and then the orb hit, and then the projectile hit. So it was all a combo. Yeah, his zoning is looking really impressive. Are we going to see our third character?
He mentioned Grodd, he mentioned Superman. And, you know, he was patient, which I think is an important part of playing against zoning characters, but maybe overly patient. And there were times when he was about this range, mid-screen, where he had a bunch of meter, and he could have come in with something like meter burn back 3 or you know, something that would allow him to move through a projectile, and he really never did that stuff.
Meter burn from Dr. Fate. Trying to keep up a little bit of that zoning and damage, and this is interesting. You can tell that Pig has put a lot. Oh, that was a nice pickup. You can tell that Pig has put a lot of time in. Oh, blockable. Oh, got to be careful about that explosion. It's homing, so it's not always easy to get away from him. Jump over, and I'm surprised that he was able to block the last hit of that projectile.
I really like that trait timing right there. As soon as KDZ got to a dangerous spot for Pig, he activated it, gets that extra you know, buff to some of his projectile options, and gets the pushback as a result. So he has not lost a life bar yet.
That was a sick whip punish. Man, that was really good.
He hasn't lost a life bar yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think the zoning has been so good, and I don't think he has a solution to the meter burn orb, to be honest. Oh, wake up. Got him. This is a combo chance. This actually should be able to probably close out the round.
Yeah. Oh, no! And furthermore, it ended with the opponent being far away, but ended up working out for KDZ. So he takes a life bar. Hey.
There he is. All right. So looking like a threat now. Third hit of that meter burn projectile caught him. And Pig, you see, playing nice and slow. He's not being, you know, too antsy with the zoning, especially when, you know, Aquaman has that gauge available. He can meter burn that from the deep, get good damage on it.
Again, now he has this range where he has full super, he has meter burn available to him. That might have been an opportunity, for example.
You can see he does not know what to do after that string, right? He hasn't figured out a good way to counter poke him after.
Yeah, and you know, these are things. Oh, that was
so
good. Yeah, to just hang on to it right there.
Clash at the last second. So he's probably going to want to spend at least a couple of these bars, maybe 2 to 3 to try to get some life back.
Yeah, maybe just keep one here. Yeah, that's what he does. But he's still back at this range that's not good for him, and you see him trying to play patiently. I just worry that it's been too much patience.
Yeah, the orb is out now. A lot of chip. Chip is a big problem now. Oh, yeah, that might seal it.
That actually might be it. Oh, one more! Can he move forward, though?
We tried. Oh!
Can he make it happen? He tried to whip punish just off on the range. These are things we're learning.
Yeah, meter burn. Chip will do it here, so he's got to try to avoid it, but that is that, yeah. It's a big problem for sure. That string has been such an issue for KDZ so far because it spaces out Dr. Fate at the end. Also, Pig has been whip punishing with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That forward 2 movement's been really good for Pig.
Right. I feel like, I'm going to just be real honest with you. If you have Superman there, you just forward 2-3 him right after.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So, but that's kind of the thing about playing all these other characters. Now he is hovering the Superman again. As we mentioned, he has an Aquaman. He's been playing Gorilla Grodd. He's been playing Supergirl. He's been playing Black Adam, and he locks into the Black Adam. So
yeah, you know, I think this makes sense. He's been suffering from zoning. Maybe he wants to get some counter zoning going for himself. He has air approach options with the dive kicks over some of those projectiles for Fate. See if that can make better sense for him.
Yeah, this is an interesting character too. Black Adam, he's kind of a mix of...
That's a chance for whip punish.
Right.
He does have improved footsies. Typically he wants to be more at this range, but at that mid-range he can whip punish better.
Yeah, Black Adam has that new forward 1-2 string. You're going to see it. It's advancing. The first hit is a high. There's a dive kick. There you go. There's that forward 1-2. And you can trade cancel that into pretty good damage. You can also do the hands after to get a little bit of chip, keep it safe. Oh, meter burn 4-3 works out. And
yeah, all right, Pig back to a range where he'd rather be.
Yeah, I like that combo ender to get some space.
For sure.
That's a good choice.
For sure. Yeah, as a zoner like this, you definitely want to prioritize space control over damage unless damage is going to be super significant.
You got to be real careful here. 1 meter burn dive kick can pretty much even things up. So, he went the wrong.
Was that the wrong one? No, that's a bummer.
Yeah, he meter burn just straight down, lands on the orb, and the pickup. That's awareness. That's really important awareness, right? To see that the orb hits, hit the projectile after it. He threw a jukebox at him? Is that what that was?
That sure was.
All right.
It's not a tune KDZ cares for much.
Man, yeah, he really doesn't have anything
I feel like there's a whip punish or a punish opportunity with forward 1 after that.
All right.
But I don't know.
Back 2-3. This is a little pickup here. Jump over, chase down. He's got the 2-2, activates into the orbs and gets the throw. That's pretty good damage for Black Adam. Pretty standard how he likes to pressure. Those orbs that he has are unblockable. They just do damage automatically when you're near him, and they let you cancel your strings into more pressure.
Oh, he missed the lightning. Okay. Very nice. I like his weight there. Pig of the Hut was looking for the immediate lightning, and he jumped. KDZ was patient.
And KDZ has got to be very careful, though. Jump over the orb. Oh,
trying to move.
A big hitbox.
If he had dive kicked, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah,
again, these are things that we're all still learning here.
Oh, he got caught. And they still close the chip. Oh, got the hit.
Man.
So he's gonna clash here.
Superman.
Now KDZ has to decide if he wants to win the clash so he can get a knockdown or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure that matters. Well, okay.
Oh, he spent 2 bars.
I'm surprised that he spent 2 because that's going to limit his ability to move forward and get in.
Oh, that was such a sick meter burn.
Yeah.
He probably would have got over the orb if he didn't meter burn it, but yeah, that was really smart.
Dr. Fate wins.
Yeah, that choice to spend the 2 bars was a choice to deal some damage against Pig, not to get life back because he was the attacker.
Right.
And once he did not have that meter, he didn't have meter burn, dive kick approach, less damage in general. So he's going to stick with Black Adam because that definitely looked better than the other characters.
Yeah, I think it definitely did. The problem is you can see that forward 1, the new string Black Adam has, is a high. So Pig is just doing his down 1 to get right under it. That's a good choice. And if you know that poke is going to come out, it's exactly what you should be doing. Gets the dive kick. No combo. I don't think he expected it to hit.
What I've seen other Adams do is just another dive kick in that situation.
Right, that's the combo pickup. Yeah, you do dive kick. You can do the forward 1 after. Ooh. That string is very far. The 4-3, one of his furthest range normals. You can meter burn it to have armor. And that's a pretty convincing round for Pig of the Hut. He is on 4-0 here over KDZ.
Not just 4-0 in games, but he has only lost 2 life bars this whole time.
Yeah, it's huge. 2 games he has won with the majority of his life.
Okay, so you see him trying to punish that now. Was a little bit too late. I don't know if that was his error or if this just doesn't work or what. But I like that he's trying for it.
And there it is. So you see one of the weaknesses of that wake-up attack from Dr. Fate. You can jump right over it. And especially if you're Black Adam, he has a pretty floaty jump. You can just kind of clear it nice and easy.
It's really good to see KDZ trying these things, punishing and then expecting the wake-up and going for the jump instead. So he's figuring things out.
Oh, big jump. Straight cancel. Misses the combo.
There was a lot left on the table.
All right, lands the throw. This is a pretty close game. Meter burn lightning does not catch. He can actually jump out of it. Oh, he meter burned his black magic and didn't get anything. And a whip dive kick.
Yeah, just a little bit off. Trying to pressure. Will there be a wake up? There is.
Yeah, it's such a good wake up. It gets that space that Dr. Fate needs. Oh, he couldn't dive kick.
I really like the idea of it. So, all right, even though KDZ lost in that game, we saw some things. He tried to punish the wake up. He did expect it and got the jump punish. He tried to get over in some ways with dive kick. He got a dive kick, but not the combo.
Right.
Right. So there were a lot of things that I think you can build on.
Yeah, I think so. It is a character select though.
Superman.
He's gonna switch away.
All right, so this is the real deal. This is the character that he is probably gonna be the most who he played in Injustice 1, and maybe he can fight this character better than some of the others he's had. I think that forward 2 is so important, right?
Yeah, extremely strong footsie tool, but I love that he just meter burned the projectile right there, the orb right there, just to cut off that footsie range.
There's that 4-2-3 breath. Very important button for Superman. Air laser too. I think that's the difference between the other characters, right? He has a strong air projectile here.
Oh, whip punish!
That was so
huge
sick.
damage.
Yeah, he doesn't have bar, so it's not too bad.
Okay, but at least he got the corner for himself.
Three breath. Okay, now he's got mix-up opportunity.
Yeah, where's he going?
Just takes the damage on the scoop.
All right.
Down poke interrupt. He is looking so much more comfortable on this character already. So he goes for the jump once.
The expectation. Pig is fighting in the corner. He's been in the corner a lot in this set, and progressively more as the set has gone on, but he's fighting well.
Oh, he got him. And I don't think he has to spend bar to kill, yeah. Just going to get the 3-3, and then he could probably breath after or scoop. Nice work. Oh, unblockable. All right. Some interactables are unblockable, some are not.
I love KDZ going through the air, seeing what Pig did, and then reacting accordingly.
Block. That is an overhead. Oh, we caught him.
No.
Yeah, there was a little too much gravity scaling. You can tell combo not going to work out for him. But this is such a better pick. You can already tell, right? The zoning is so much better. The ground game is better. That air laser is really good in this match.
Yeah, for him to be able to go up into the air and see what he should do then, laser or air dash or what, you know, you can see the benefit. Finally, Pig takes the life bar. This was the first game where KDZ was the first one to take the life bar.
Did you see that he got hit by an air laser and then did air escape on accident?
Yeah, we're all getting used to that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's one of those things, right? Everybody still learning, still having input errors. I like the jumps now from Pig to get out of the way of the lasers, right?
Right.
Much better idea.
Oh, well.
Oh, he caught him.
Huge.
And doesn't go into a combo after. I think he was maybe waiting for a clash.
Could have been.
First hit whiffed. And the trade.
Trying to. Whoa, he's going to let it drop. So he's not trying to get clash. He just wants to deal those individual hits. But will that come back to bite it? Maybe, because right now Pig's doing a great job.
Yeah. Oh, that might be chip. Very close.
Yeah, but the next one really could be. So Pig has to be very.
Oh, he got the jump back. Yeah.
So Pig was looking for the jump into air lasers. Instead, it was air dash to just delay. Just take some time.
Yeah, exactly. And we're right back into it. So a game now for KDZ. As soon as he switched to Superman, gets the first W on the board. And there's that air laser again. It's going to get over that straight projectile from Fate. So if Superman reads that there's going to be a grounded projectile, he can jump and do the air laser. Which, you know, Fate is going to start jumping to avoid it. And there's a little mix-up there about who's going to do what. Forward 2 breath. That keeps him a little closer than the forward 2-3. Nice whip punish.
At least he built some space, just cutting it off. But, you know, it's not like Black Adam or other characters who needed to approach when they're in the air. Superman has that air laser, like you've been talking about, to just control things from up above.
Oh, he went for 2 in a row. Yeah, he actually was like, all right, look, I'm going to do the first one. You're a Superman player, so you're going to hit forward 2-3. And I'm going to armor right through.
And those are expensive options. You know, you want to save your bars. You do build it pretty quickly, but they're very valuable in this game.
Yeah, you see KDZ trying to down poke there. Pig caught him, but that air laser, it's so important. You can get right over that orb. You don't have to deal with that space.
It's been huge. That's been, I think, the single biggest change in his playing Superman versus the other characters.
Yeah, exactly. I think the problem, though, is that he's getting a little antsy. I think he was more patient with some of the other characters than he has been with Superman. And I think that that's causing him to take a lot of unnecessary damage. Well, that's going to do it. That is unnecessary damage.
Yeah.
Protect the weak.
166 meter burn laser. Oh, 4-3, good block.
The
That
block.
is advantage. Push block to escape that corner pressure. Pig, very smart, right? He just wants the space for himself.
Look at that, though. Again, going up into the air. He knows he doesn't need to approach on the ground.
That meter burn orb cuts off the screen so well and really prevents him from getting much. Oh, almost whip punish.
Nice. You got the hit first, Pig. Is he going to control space with it? No, he's... Oh, whip punish opportunity.
And that was a sick jump out, too. Any hit will do it now. Pig's in such a good position. Meter burn the laser and the chase down.
Yeah, I love Pig's understanding of when KDZ wanted to come in. That happened a couple of times in that game.
Yeah, and that's part of zoning. It's not just like knowing how to shoot projectiles. It's knowing when your opponent wants to move, right? That's one of the most important things. So he knows, like, all right, in this moment, he is going to dash forward. He's going to move in right there, and I'm just going to catch him.
Yeah, Pig is known for, you know, not just zoning, but for getting the run and grab or the dash and grab or something like that that you're not expecting. He understands the pacing very well.
Yeah, and that's just, you know, knowing your opponent's habits or timing. And these orbs, you see, he doesn't have meter to meter burn it, but now that he has it, look at that screen, right? He can safely do that forward 3. And what are you going to do? Punish it as Superman, you do forward 2-3, you're going to hit the orb. So it really cuts off a lot of that screen space.
Oh, yeah. Going up into the air, Pig tried to get over.
Sets out another orb now. Some bar on that projectile. And Superman, I like that he's trading from full screen to try to get that zoning and do a little bit more damage.
Yeah, for KDZ, there's just been a lot of counter zoning. He's been still trying to move forward very consistently, which I think is the right call, but, oh, just off on the spacing. Yeah. But it's not that he's been trying to make his zoning work. He's trying to counter zone so that he can get Pig into the corner so that KDZ can move forward. Trying to wait at a range where he can whip punish. Oh!
Man, it's such a big meter burn forward 3. It's big damage, and it just gets all that space. All right, gets the throw.
Hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's actually true. There hasn't been a lot of throws from Superman. Blocks the wake up 2 in a row, though.
On top.
Oh, we got the jump in, but the trade on the orb.
Down 1. Okay, the grab is not behind him. I'm surprised.
And man, this is really falling apart. Yeah.
I don't know how you escape that. Yeah, I think that was just a KO situation.
Yeah, as soon as he jumped the orb, I think it was like, as checkmate. Like, there's not much you can do in that scenario. You're just going to eat the projectile on the ground.
So very nice control by Pig. And he's starting to do things too. You know, he sees that KDZ is worried about his wake up, so he woke up with Fireball in that last round right there, just because he knows you're not going to pressure me. You're worried about my invincible option, so I'm just going to take control immediately.
Right. So now KDZ thinking about characters here. I think Superman looked really good the first game, but I think that there was some lack of patience that really cost him. And I think in the zoning, maybe shoot some more straight lasers. When you do that air laser, threaten it with the air dash like he was doing in the first game. I feel like there's not as much of that anymore, but...
Well, he's talking to himself. He's trying to figure this out here. He's hovering over Batman, which he did play in Injustice 1 as well. Pig ready for it.
Yeah, he looks really comfortable on this character.
Yeah, he does. I mean, Pig is the kind of guy who wants to zone, and he's clearly strong at it. But it's not that he's doing it passively. He's figuring things out even as he's playing here. He started out strongly, but then, you know, the game from KDZ, and then that last game, it's not just that KDZ was impatient. There were reads that Pig had that really helped him steal the game.
All right, so back to this Aquaman pick. Interesting. Aquaman pretty good at counter zoning, especially. Wow, picked up by the 4-3. Pretty good damage on that.
Gets to set up an Ankh.
And yeah, you want to charge those up. They're homing. You can't avoid the damage on them once he sets them out, so checking with that from the deep, but a big deficit already. And in the chip battle here, you know, Aquaman is not going to win from full screen. He's got to get in there.
Yeah, right. So this is the idea of counter zoning that we saw with Superman that was working better. When that he tried with Aquaman the last time he was playing it, just that he rarely got in and made things happen. The problem with From the Deep too is that you know, I don't think Fate's going to punish it from full screen, but Fate gets an action afterward.
Right, and a lot of the zoning in this game is like your move, my move, right? There's a constant check afterwards. Like, you do this move, I check you with this move. And so you can try to steal those checks away by doing stuff, but it's not always easy. Caught out of the air, and that lets Pig set out another projectile.
But Pig has done enough from the deep that KDZ has done enough of that I think he thought it's time to move forward. Pig's not going to expect it. And maybe he's right, because he's in here now.
All right, decent damage on that. Oh, he tried the chip. He just wanted the chip.
Button. Oh, I'm surprised. Well,
man, that is a big loss for KDZ.
Sucks.
And the wake up
bar is still there. Look at that gray still on there.
Man, this is such a problem.
Yikes. All this is gravy right now for Pig of the Hut.
And all these backdashes on wake up from KDZ getting caught by projectiles over and over.
Full super, but at this point, I'm not sure it matters. You see Pig just going in like kamikaze right now. Yeah, willing to take damage.
That'll do it. Yeah, I mean, on that life bar, why not, right? Like, you have just a little bit of damage left, so you got to kind of play like, all right, well, if I get hit, whatever, right? Like, he started in the left corner, and they were almost in the right corner by the end there because Pig was like, I'm going to move in.
Yeah.
Like,
just willing to take the risk, knowing that at worst he's going to take like 1% damage, and then the next round starts.
And you can take whatever risk you want at that point, right? First hit goes to Pig. That's going to build in that meter you can see in the bottom right. Interactable is blocked. And trade out already for Pig. There's the orb, and you see KDZ really respecting it. He seems, you got to be cautious on the zoning because you don't want to move too much.
So there's From the Deep, but we've only seen a couple of those in this round. I think it's a more deliberate offensive approach, movement approach.
Interactable.
And he has that bar. We have not seen something like meter burn back 3, forward 3.
That would be a great option to get through a lot of the zoning.
Yeah, that's what I really. When he went with Aquaman, I felt like that was probably part of why, but we haven't seen it.
Yeah, I wish he had meter burn back 3 on reaction to Pig's meter burn forward 3. Right? I think that's a good option that you have to be aware of. That was a combo off the orb, big damage, and yeah, anything will do it now. Ooh. Chip. Oh, he didn't cancel it anything. He's got to watch
here's
the orb.
A big opportunity. That ball right there allows Fate to get life back, but you know, he didn't need to get it back. It was KDZ who was in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, he does have corner positioning though, right? You retain the spacing or positioning you are in between rounds. Oh! Didn't turn it into any combo, and the wake up again, man.
Pig has, it's not always the wake up, but it's often enough that KDZ has been worried about it. And
does he not know about the string? Forward 3.
Flash, yes, had to do it.
That string that you're seeing, the 3-hitting string that ends with the overhead teleport, he teleports no matter where you are on screen. Even if you're full screen and it's an overhead. KDZ just didn't know the string. That's good. Injustice is one of those games that you have to check. Yes. He's like, do you know about this? Have you seen this string before?
Yes.
And if you haven't, just do it. Keep doing it until they figure it out, right? And that's any game with string-based offense. And this is a lot of chip now.
This is basically
anything will do it, yeah.
The Aquaman trait doesn't really matter. Well, he can take a round. He doesn't do it.
Oh, and Chip will do it now. You see Pig jumping away. Gets the whip punish. 9-2-1.
9-1. 9-1.
he said if he was down 9-1, he was going to go back to Super.
He did say that,
That's
and
true.
I didn't think it was going to come up when he
Is
said
this an
it,
elaborate
but-
plan right here? This is actually, he set this up in the interview. He's like, all right, 9-1.
Dr. Fate. Fighters approaching.
Well,
the
there it is, Superman again.
Oh man, he's even got an appropriate color considering his hat. That worked out great. Purple hat, purple Superman.
Everything according to the script.
That's right, that's right. It's all planned. That's actually a really nice royal color.
That looks good. And the head, he's got like the golden headband thing.
I like it.
Yeah, no, I'm a fan.
I'm not, okay.
Picked him up.
It was a little delay as well.
Oh, the jump over. A little down jab check. Back to the corner with the throw.
Yes.
Meter burn through. Yeah, he had a good. That was a really good idea.
Oh, man,
Activates
it
the
doesn't
trait.
work, but yeah, I love that he did it.
Yeah, he didn't do that with any of the other characters, and you totally can. Like, if
Right.
you're Aquaman, you're like, all right, he's going to wake up with it. Walk
It's
up.
not an exclusively Superman thing. In fact, Aquaman's probably better at that considering range.
Yeah, exactly. His meter burn back 3 is huge.
Yeah.
Air laser, and this is a lead for KDZ now. Although giving away a little bit of it with his hastiness. Backdashing, and a read from Pig that there was going to be a backdash after that 4-2-3 breath.
Well, I think KDZ was looking for more like the forward 2 rather than the forward 3 with its much bigger range.
Yeah. He was trying to make something with. But 4-3, big button. And the dash, you see the read from Pig, he did it like immediately. He was like, all right, I know you're going to move in there. So a much better start to the game for KDZ, but so far, it's still looking like Pig. 2 bars on that. Air laser from KDZ, trying to check him as he's moving in. And I feel like you got to do a little bit more air dash to threaten the different range on screen. Oh, we caught him.
Ooh, but nothing.
And man, Pig really picking this up hit by hit.
If anybody can make a comeback, it's Superman. I mean, all he needs to get in there is a couple of combos and he can take this. Oh, he wanted to stay on top.
It's almost even now. He's got 2 bars of meter left. Oh man, he just needs one big hit. He needs one corner move. That was a sick air to air. Oh, that was smart.
Okay.
That was so smart because he did down 1. It's negative on block. Immediate counter poke with the throw, actually. That was really smart.
Yikes. Well, that ended up being a pretty convincing win for Pig of the Hut. We saw KDZ, yeah, 10-1. We saw KDZ trying things out, different characters in there. As it went on, we saw some different ideas for him as far as how to deal with it. At the end, we started seeing, the meter burn back 3. We'd seen before that he was trying to punish the wake up. He got jump in over the wake up a couple of times. I mean, he was, you could see sort of the development, but it was not enough and not fast enough for sure.
Yeah.
10-1.
It's really difficult, right? It's a brand new character. And
Yes.
everybody that he played besides Supergirl was a legacy character. So there's going to be some matchup familiarity from Pig there. Even if it's a new character, it's like how you deal with a lot of the strings or mix-ups and stuff like that is going to be pretty similar. So, yeah, I really liked the orb control that he had, especially like meter burn orb up close really cuts off a wall.
Yes.
Like you can't jump in on it. So you're just like, all right, well, what do I do about this? And then he starts using the projectile behind it. It allows him to build up the onks and everything. That meter burn orb was really sick. I was like watching it and I was like,
that's part of why I like this character.
right. I was thinking back to Martian Manhunter a little bit there. I was kind of seeing it. I was like, wait a minute. This is good. I like that meter burn orb a lot. And I like that sometimes he would just let the orb go.
Yeah, right.
And then, like, you're sitting there like, is he going to meter burn it? I shouldn't jump. What if he meter burns it? And then it just goes the full screen, and you're like, I should have jumped.
Should have jumped. Right, yeah,
should've
exactly. Well, keep in mind, I mean, he can do it on reaction. As long as he's not busy with something else, he can just meter burn it when he wants to. And Pig's going to know that stuff better about his own character because he's the one who's been using Fate for the last couple of days. So he's going to...
Just a couple of days.
Well, yeah, of course. But he doesn't have the same issue that KDZ does of, I'm playing against a Fate. I haven't, worked on this character for multiple days.
Yeah.
So, you got to sort of figure things out over time, and this is the time. But for Pig, he's coming into this having put in some work with this character. And as you said, having familiarity against Superman, Black Adam, and
right.
Aquaman.
All those characters are returning characters. So.
Right.
And I mean, even stuff like the overhead teleport string.
Right.
Like, Pig did it, twice in a row. And it's one of those things that, if you've never seen it, you're just going to be like, I don't know what that is. Do I block it? Where do I block it, right? And you know that after the second one, I love that Pig didn't do it again. Because you know that, the third time, he probably would have blocked it. But yeah, that was really good. And it was a really good check by Pig. I think that he showed off a lot of good stuff in that set. But we're going to have a break and come back with our next set. Oh, man, it's going to be a good one.
After the interviews, which are coming up next.
Yeah. everybody, welcome back to Injustice ESL King of the Hill. All right, that's a big hand gesture there. I'm joined by Frank Perales, aka Slayer. Are you going by MF Slayer? Or are you going by just Slayer?
It's just Slayer. Yeah.
Just regular old
it's
Slayer?
regular old Slayer. Not Minty Fresh Slayer.
Not MF anymore, not Minty Fresh. Okay, it's been a while. You've been residing in Atlanta. You're back in Southern California here.
Living it.
ESL. Man, you seem
sir.
really excited about it. What's the Superman players all wearing hats? Like, what's your guys' deal?
You know, we gotta hide the tech in here. We gotta, you know, extra support.
That's where you hide the tech in there? It takes a lot of brain power to operate Superman, so I understand why you're protecting it up there. So, you just got to see that set. What did you think about Pig's Dr. Fate and all the different characters? Like, KDZ tried like 5 characters.
Oh, well, it's day 1, and he's just unfamiliar with it, you know? He was the best at fighting Sinestro in Injustice 1, and it was really hard for Superman, but he really knew the matchup, even though I feel like that Sinestro's better than Dr. Fate, like, is in this game, I feel. It's early. It's day 1, so there's nothing, you know.
Even though it's day 1, I feel like you're ahead of the tech. You're such a tech monster. You have so many, like, you can go in training mode and show somebody something crazy with, like, every character in the game, I feel like.
In this game, it's been a little bit different. I've really been enjoying all these characters. Like, the designs are so awesome. I really feel like, you know, a kid again. And I've, like in Injustice 1, I just main Superman. That's all I played in tournament. But everyone else, like, I didn't really use too many characters.
Right.
But I already, like, have been using so many characters.
Well, on that topic, you are known as a Superman player in Injustice 1. But what characters are you exploring in this game? Who are you playing so far?
Oh, well, all the classic characters besides Wonder Woman. Like, so, Black Adam, Superman,
Aquaman. Yeah. You're not playing any Wonder Woman?
Not right now.
She's a little different, right? Like, she is probably the most changed.
Her trait, it's like, it's variable. It's random.
Yeah.
So I can't really deal with that.
Yeah. So like, if you don't know how it works, it just buffs. Well, there's 1 of 5 different things it can buff. So it's a little bit different than the last game where her trait was a stance switch. But yeah, I remember because you played Wonder Woman at the start of Injustice 1, right? So I figured that you might be messing with her again. But yeah, she's very different. So
we have Injustice 2.
We
4
do.
years later.
4 years later. How old are you when Injustice 1 came out?
I was in what, 2013? I was 17.
You said you feel like a kid again, huh? All right, good to know. So what do you think about Superman in this game so far? That's the character you've probably been playing the most, right?
He's still really strong. No, actually, I've been playing Black Adam the most.
Uh-oh.
And Firestorm.
And Firestorm, that's right. I was going to ask you about that because everybody, I've heard literally from like 5 people that are like, man, Slayer has a really good Firestorm.
Actually, I'm the adopted big boy. My
he's
buddy
been
from
playing
SoCal.
Firestorm?
Like this is like negative day a couple. And I played him with Firestorm, and I couldn't do anything against his Firestorm, and I just couldn't do anything. I didn't know.
Really?
He just bodied me, so I was like, I'm picking him up.
Are you planning on trying that character today, or? Oh, okay. There's a little hand rubbing. All right. Because I'm assuming Tom is probably going to play Aquaman. So there's a few characters that you can play against it. I mean, I've heard that he might try out some other characters.
Sub-Zero.
So there's a chance he might play some Sub-Zero.
I'm honestly really glad with everyone who got invited here. It seemed just like a really cool, you know, it's just like Tom and Pig and Kid Disaster.
I'm sure they're all happy that you're here too. Yeah. So how do you feel about your odds today? How are you feeling about the game so far? Like, you feel like you're playing well, or?
Well, I'm the best, but you know, I guess time will tell.
Time will tell. Oh, that was a pretty good answer. Is there any other characters that you wish were in the game that are not in the game right now?
Grundy, yes. When the game first came out, I'm like, man, they need to bring Grundy back. He's so broken. Because, you know, he can cover everything if you were like a god, but
yeah,
it was just...
Really, you want the run back in the Grundy mirror is what it is, right?
I loved Grundy so much. That's probably like... He's grown to be like my favorite character kind of in DC, other than Superman, but Grundy's just awesome.
Grundy is a super awesome character. Yeah, I definitely feel it. There are some characters that I wish were in this game, but is there anybody that you want to mess with? You said you've been playing a lot of characters. Is there any character in the game that you feel like you want to play that you haven't messed with yet?
Like, I've been thinking about it for a long time, like, since I first started playing the game, is I just want to try Captain Cold, but he's just like, I got to just put in time with my other characters. He's a depth character, you know?
Yeah, he's going to take a lot of work.
On, yeah.
So everybody else has talked about this so far, the Injustice events. There's a Pro Tour happening, tons of money on the line. Are you going to be traveling to all those events?
Of course. But it's just with all that, it's kind of surreal in a way, you know? Because when we were playing Injustice, like, I went to NEC 13 like 4 years ago.
Yes.
And Tyrant misbooked my flight, and so I had to pay like $400 for a flight.
I remember that.
And it was a really hard tournament. It was like 60, 70 people, but it's like, you know, everyone was really good. And I ended up getting 4th, and I beat like some really good people, and I was so happy, but I didn't win any money, of course.
Yeah.
And then I went home, and I was like, hey, guys, I got 4th, and I was so stoked. And they're like, oh, how much money did you win? I'm like, I didn't win anything. And I spent, like, so much money going out there.
Yeah.
And to me, it was all worth it, but it's just, you know, unless you're... It's just... I guess it could be hard to understand.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this
The
whole
money
gaming thing,
is cool.
But now that we got this, like, it's just a blessing. ESL, like, we're all here doing this whole Pro Tour thing. Sponsors are looking at players. Like, people are getting paid salary nowadays. Like, it's surreal.
The money is cool, but I think the experience is what made it all fun, right? Back in the day, that was probably the coolest thing about the whole thing. And that's why when I think about the experience, I think about you having a ton of fun, traveling like every event. You were everywhere for a long time, especially when MKX came out. Yeah, you're all over the place. So I do hope that you travel.
I think the thing that makes me the most happy, though, is looking at nowadays, like a lot of people like Dab and just a lot of people who have families and real lives, but who are gods of the game, I feel. Like, they don't ever get to go out. But now with the more exposure, we might see people getting more help. These companies are now looking at players who are just like awesome and sporadic, and they want to reach out to people, and that's just, it's going in a good place, and I'm just really happy, and thanks to ESL and everyone else, dude. It's like really like touching for reals.
Man, you hit the nail on the head. That is pretty much everything that I was going to ask you about. So we're going to head over to your opponent, the man you're going to be throwing up in a first to 10 against, Mr. Tom Brady over there with David.
Hey, all right, we're here with Tom Brady. How are you doing, and how do you like the game so far?
I'm doing good, and I really like the game. I'm really impressed with it. I really think this is the most complete game that I've seen in a very long time just from launch. So I'm very impressed with it so far.
Well, what about it specifically do you like?
I think in fighting games there's always like a triangle. I think the most important thing in a fighting game is to make sure that everybody, no matter what their fighting style, has a place in the game. You know, you get a new game and you say, well, what character do I want to try? And I think this game does the absolute best job of any of the NRS games I've played so far from the jump of really like getting that down. So, you know, you have obviously your offensive characters that want to get in, but it's not, you know, they're powerful when they get in because you have good zoning and defensive characters that make it hard for them to get in. But then you have powerful defensive characters who are great against powerful offensive characters. But if you were to play a good keep-out character that works against a good defensive character because you're not trying to approach them, you make the defensive character play offense. So it's a very good triangle of all three different ways to play, and they all kind of blend in great in the triangle, and it's really, really fun to figure that out.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm impressed, as I usually am with NRS games, how different the different characters are. And as a fan of zoning myself, I'm really happy with how the game is shaping up early. But I think you're right about this triangle, and I expect that to develop. In that triangle, where do you find yourself, and which characters are you working on to find that good place?
Well, I've always been a more defensive style player and a trapper. So, you know, for me, mix-ups in a trap, it's a mix-up, but it's a different kind of thing. You know, it's kind of like, you know, this goes on unless you make a response, and then I have to read the response. So I'm looking at, like, Aquaman, obviously, maybe Green Lantern, and, of course, Sub-Zero when he comes out. And those type of characters normally, because they're so defensive, the strategy is you want to play like a very powerful zoner or a keep-out character, force that character to approach you. So it's kind of like with that style, your life is always getting around fireballs in some way, shape, or form. And that's really part of the fun because you have that style in this game. So you have that awesome mind game between player one and player two. And it's really part of the fun of figuring that out is really what I'm looking forward to most. Coming up with finding new opponents, like, you know, really giving me problems and really overcoming those challenges. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Today, are you playing Aquaman, or are you going to bring anything else out?
I'm playing Aquaman, obviously, but I want to try a few other Injustice 2 characters as well. Green Lantern I like because he's a legacy character, but they did a few new things with him. Took some of his more cumbersome moves and gave him some that flow into action a little better. So I definitely want to try that out, obviously, because you never really know how good something is until you try it on a human. So I want to try some of that out as well. So mainly those two and maybe some Supergirl for right now. But really, looking forward to playing this. And obviously when I get home and I can really dive into some more of the characters. So.
Yeah, of course, it's still very early. I know all of us are still trying to work on, even in some cases, the basics of what some of the characters do, let alone, the more advanced stuff. Are you going to be traveling around?
Yeah, I'm going to be traveling around a lot. This game, to me, is very important to me, not just for, obviously, the success I can have in this game, but even for my legacy. We're in an era where they tell you if you did something before 2015, it doesn't count anymore. And Steph Curry is better than Michael Jordan. The whole, if you're born in the year 2000 kind of attitude. And it's really important to me to really be successful in this game. So I'm going to be going in just about all of them. And really what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put more time into this game than I've put in games in quite some time. And really, I feel like in Injustice 1, I had success early. I was, I did have some success. I was good, but not great in that game. I did have a few top 8s, and but nothing that you would say, oh, this is a great player. But in MKX, I kind of was married to a character who kind of had his own problems. So I really don't want to make that same mistake twice. I don't really want to, kind of attach myself to any one thing in particular. But at the same time, I don't want to be as stubborn. I want to kind of keep okay, doesn't work, what does? Just kind of get over it, move on. So I plan on completing a lot. I think at all the NRS events that I'll be at, Combo Breaker, CEO, all those tournaments. So I really plan on putting a lot of time in and hopefully making an impact.
Yeah, I think that's a great mindset. You talk about your legacy. You're one of the old school players in the NRS community, and it's quite a bit bigger and quite a bit different than it was in the past. Just briefly, how do you feel about the new scene, the new players, and all that aspect of it?
I feel like the new players are more educated than a lot of us older. They have years of accumulated knowledge. Like a lot of us in fighting games, you're an OG as well, like a lot of the very theory fundamental of fighting games were being developed in general when we were playing fighting games. And all of that is common knowledge now. I think it's harder to, it is hard to win then. I mean, it's always hard to win. It's never easy. But the thing is, anything you come up with is always seen. There's always someone who's seen it, always someone who scouted it. There's always, I'm a big planner. And it was so much easier to be a planner in an era where no one had a clue what your plan was. And now they know your plan, they know the order you're planning it, and it makes it much harder to stay on top. These new players are just as talented. In a lot of ways, they're better because we're more set in our ways, I think. I'm going to be a defensive player. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and say, I'm going to be a rushdown god. But these younger players are more flexible. They can be offense and tomorrow play defense. And so I really think they have a huge advantage over some of the older school players. They're just very talented. They're just, very good players. So I'm going to have to work, twice as hard to really try to compete and stay on top. So it is a challenge. And, I'm so glad we have so many new players, and I have so much respect for all of them because it's not an easy life, to kind of bet on yourself. So I'm really looking forward to playing against them.
Cool, man. Well, I wish you the best of luck, of course, today included. We'll be back with the match in just a little bit.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the ESL King of the Hill with some Injustice 2 here. This is Ultradavid. I'm Sajam. Tom Brady, Slayer. We heard from the both of them.
Yeah.
They had some really interesting things to say, and they brought up some really, like, I think, especially Tom's interview, I felt like was very thoughtful. A lot of the stuff he said about older players, you know, maybe not being as young and spry as these new kids. Maybe they don't know technology as well. And if you know technology, you can use social media to follow along here at ESL King of the Hill. Of course, that is over at twitter.com/ESL Injustice. That'll be the social channel you guys can follow. You can also follow the channel. For you older folks, it's going to be in the top right. You can click it up there. There's a little purple heart, and it'll let you follow along here, twitch.tv/ESL, and you can do the other one. I'm going to let you have it.
No, I thought I'd save my meter this time. Thanks.
You're going to save your meter? You're not going to spend it on anything? Well, I spend my time every Tuesday watching the Ultra 10 show over at Ultra 10 TV. It starts around 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but it really fluctuates depending on when he shows up, since he's usually the last one there, and he gets stuck in traffic a lot.
That's true.
Since he's an adult and he works.
Yeah.
These things happen, and, you know, that's where you can follow along. So even if you're a little older, you're not adjusting to the times, try to do your best. Set some reminders, you know, maybe on your phone, your pager, whatever you're using. There's a carrier pigeon you want to send, a smoke signal. Well, one of those things.
There was some damage there, but I'm glad that I took it. I'm glad I didn't spend the 2 bars on it.
Yeah, that was probably worth it, right? Sometimes you got to do it.
Yeah, it's all right.
Sometimes you got to save the bar. So we are going to get into our first 10 of the game. Winner of this will be playing against Pick of the Hut to see who is going to be our overall champion for the day, much like the other ESL King of the Hills you guys have seen there. Wow, look at Slayer go.
Dang. What's he doing down there?
I have no idea. I'm not sure what the strategy is. Man, those headphones look huge on his head.
He is a small fella.
He is. He's like
he's
tall.
a spry. Well, he is a tall guy, but he's so thin. I mean, anyway. So Tom brought up the sort of old school versus new school, and Slayer at this point has been playing for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. It's not like he's a new fella, but he certainly is on the newer end of the spectrum compared to Tom. And in both, you know, game experience and in age. But I think what Tom was mentioning was right.
Yes.
Players of Slayer's generation and newer have been some of the strongest in that's not just the case in NRS games and MK and Injustice, but that's the case in almost all of the fighting games nowadays.
Yeah, the entry level competitor now is so much stronger than ever, right? Because everybody has that knowledge and that know-how that maybe it was so hard to find or difficult to get into later on. So you can see Black Adam is an interesting character. He has good zoning, but also excellent counter zoning. And part of that is with Black Magic, part of that is with his lightning. So you're going to see a lot of that here. Oh, wake up hands. Yeah, from Slayer. Interesting.
Wow, he went in and then he tried for the second dive kick, but no.
Oh, whip punish. He's going to get the cage here. This is big damage. Jump 3, dive kick. It's a little, yeah, maybe not spaced correctly.
Yeah, we're also working on these things.
But I like the mix-up. So that 1-1 string that Slayer did there, the third hit of that, the 1-1-2, it's an overhead. But he actually went into the low lightning instead. So an interesting little mix-up. Big jump. No bar, though, so couldn't turn it into much.
Pressure. Man, Tom is having a tough time of this. Tough time setting up his zoning. Wow, he went for a big read there, but no punish.
Yeah, lift actually has a lot less range in this game than it did previously, so not always as threatening.
But still whip punishable.
Yeah, you can definitely whip punish with it, and you can see Lantern zoning maybe not what you remember.
And then no whiff punish.
Well, backdash on the string, and Slayer goes in for the throw. Pretty convincing first game there. But yeah, he had a lot of tech there. Slayer showing a lot of that knowledge that that Tom mentioned, that you mentioned, that newer players will have. Really has done his homework. He is that kind of player. But Green Lantern no longer has that air horizontal or diagonal rocket. He's going to get the jump in here. No, goes for the back two.
Yeah, he does have some different options. I like his changes, but he's a different character this time. You know, he's like an approachable, lots of similarities, but interesting enough in that he has some differences. I like what they did with him.
Man, very smart combo conversion from Slayer there. Got the 2-2 back 1, and then instead of going for the harder like jump combo or anything like that, he just went for the hands, the lightning hands. So that was a good choice. Meter burn. Misses his combo, but still, Slayer is all over it, right?
Oh yeah, he's dashing it. In fact, he may be working on him perfect.
Yeah, he is looking super, super good right now. Gets the throw.
I'm only seeing skin up on the top left there. There's no salmon at all yet.
That was, I mean, it's got to be chip damage. There's some chip damage.
Is there chip damage up there?
Yeah, I think there is.
I mean, I don't know.
This will do it. Yeah, that'll do it.
Well, we're not even gonna see. Yeah, we don't cover the health bar. The health bar is completely seen. So that in fact that was a perfect.
Let's not talk about it, David. Let's just continue into the match. Forward 1-2, 1+3. Look at that damage.
Yikes! That is a ton. 515. It's about half life.
Yeah, it's huge. Back 3.
I'm looking for some way out desperately. Trying to hit confirm his way out. Backdash, but nothing else.
That's so sick. Backdashing strings is one of those things that just shows your knowledge. Pick up and get the black magic here. And very close to closing it out. Back to into the low lightning. And man, Slayer here. He's hanging out. Oh, didn't get punished.
He's looking good, that's for sure.
Oh, blocked.
Waited. You see Slayer just waited out? I think he was looking for something like that.
Yeah, probably expecting that lift. You can see that projectile from Green Lantern now. Yeah, that's the meter burn version. It's that lantern's light. It's huge. It's a massive projectile. It covers that whole screen. He can do it in the air as well. And man, Slayer just getting all the chip he can. Activates.
So that mid-range game, I think, is a big part of where Tom would like to play. He'd like to harass with footsies and with, you know, whiff punish with lift and all that sort of thing. But Slayer has been patient at that spot. You see him just like that. Backing off, willing to play patiently, willing to block, because he knows that at far he controls and up close he controls, and he's been good at getting both of those ranges.
You see Slayer not even going for the whip punish, right? He just backed all the way up, didn't take any risks, and that will do it. That is a lot of damage on the meter burn hand. So already to character select. Green Lantern was the pick for Tom in the first few games here. But yeah, it goes to Aquaman. I think that's what we probably would expect. So
yeah, I think so too.
I mean, I think that Aquaman is the character he's probably more comfortable with.
Sure,
especially because even though Green Lantern is a returning character, he does have some kind of like differences, right? He doesn't have like the diagonal down air rocket, which, you know, is a key part of his game in the last game, right? His projectile went diagonal. So, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that like the straight laser is a little, or the straight projectile is a little different in the angle that it covers, so.
Well, they were not in tournament mode. It turns out they were just in versus mode. So we're going to go to tournament mode. It's basically the same with the exception that now we can get randomized gear.
Randomized gear in tournament mode?
Yeah. That's why there was like purple Superman in the last one.
That makes a lot of sense. Wow, okay, so blue Black Adam.
Yeah, I really like that there's random gear in tournament mode. That means that when you're playing in tournament and playing on stream, it's not just going to be default colors. It's going to be the weird stuff, which I like.
Right. So trade activation from Tom there. You can see that actually pulls Aquaman out of a lot of combos. But you do take the damage of the strings that you're blocking while you have trade on. Oh, whip punish. He's going to get the big back three here. Jump three, dive kick. Misses his combo ender, but still, that's going to be the round. Very convincing.
Right back in. Yeah, I'll say.
This is one of those matchups that in the start of Injustice 1, a lot of Aquaman players didn't love because you want to trade to get around a lot of those combos, right? But most of Black Adam's damage are juggles, which you cannot easily trade out of. He just pops you up, right? Dive kick pops you up. Black magic pops you up. Oh man, a couple of dive kicks.
The whip punish. Wow, what a call. But yeah, there's an excellent use of the trade.
The damage on block was so high.
It was, but you know, you get out of the combo.
Yeah. It was maybe evenish. Like, I feel like he probably took a little less damage than he would have in the combo. Chip's going to be a problem. Dive kick.
Yeah, in fact, just that trade. Well, Tom.
Oh, backdash
I
gets
love
caught.
the trade.
You can chip him here. Yeah, he tried to backdash again to try to get out of there. I mean, it was guaranteed chip, basically. So, not much else you can do, and that's
basically it.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you're on a pixel and he has orbs, it's the end.
Yeah, I mean, you saw Tom expect it. He tried to get out of there with the jump, but just wasn't in time.
There, he takes the throw. And you can see the damage that Slayer's already got on that life bar. It's a lot. Missed punish there from Tom. When you block that black magic, you can actually do the reversal. Oh, he punished him even though he went back at the end of the Trident Rush there.
We were already in the corner very quickly. And that's nice for Tom, but oh, I love the expectation on Slayer's side. Look at this, corner control. Oh, cross up this cheeky fella. He is cheesing over there. It's got a big smile.
Man, that's the tech. That is the stuff that Slayer, I think, is known for. Having cheeky little setups like that. Stuffs that wake up hands. And a lot of chip here for Tom, as you can see.
Yeah.
That's really one of the strengths of Aquaman. He doesn't have a lot of strong mix-ups to open you up, but he does a lot of chip damage.
Tom was very patient there, and Slayer took advantage of it. Moving forward out of the corner.
Punish. Man, this is big damage from Slayer.
It's so tough to take these punishes from Black Adam. You just know that you're going to lose 40%, 50% of your life.
Yeah,
at the same time, when Slayer was way up in meter as he was, you don't want to clash early because that's just going to be a bunch of extra damage as well. So it's just a tough position to be in.
Yeah, and if you're Slayer, you're okay to throw this lightning. Oh, he anti-aired from full screen.
He didn't want to give the clash opportunity. Very nice, very smart.
Yeah, that was very like it's like he checked all the boxes. You know what I mean? Like, you don't let them clash, so you purposely end your combo a little early. You go for the guaranteed kill. Man, the damage on down one hands. When he's traded, he takes full damage on block. So He caught him. Yeah, you can't escape that. You just got to sit there and block the back one too. That time he does get the backdash though. Big dive kick and picks up the combo.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, interruption. Down one, low lightning, able to get that.
Yeah, Slayer's consistently trying to get out of that, and it's worked a couple of times, but Tom, I think, pretty sure it should not.
Yeah, and oh, big anti-air. Does not meter burn, does not spend any bar.
Didn't have it yet.
And the block, man, Slayer getting clipped over and over here. There's the push block, and this is the first time we've seen him really in trouble. So we'll see how he fights with the deficit.
Oh, he missed the dive second one was not there. That would have been a life bar.
Yeah, it would have killed because he would have got to pick up the combo afterwards. And there it is.
Trying to walk back, but nope.
That's the most dangerous range against Black Adam, right? You're scared of his back two.
Oh boy.
You're scared of his dive kick, and then you get clipped by the low. Oh, missed the combo.
He meter burns it. Yeah, that is a lot of chip for sure. Oh, he tried to get something. But Slayer's in now.
Nice pickup too, man.
Good
Tom
damage.
tried to trade actually. Oh, he caught him overhead low. Neutral jump.
Huge.
That was so sick. He baited the scoop. He's almost got trade. Activates it immediately.
Oh, he put himself in there. Yeah, of course, has to break.
It's my turn.
Tom has the meter lead actually though, so he's going to be able to win the clash here.
Yeah, but the question is, to what end? He cannot afford chip.
Oh, he doesn't. Oh, the duck. The
huge chance. And no whiff punish. He got the jump back. No!
God.
Oh, that was killer. As he jumped back, if he had jumped back with a button, he would have been able to punish the first dive kick, and he didn't get it.
Oh, man. That is so unfortunate. Black Adam's dive kick. Got him. It's working correctly. That was rough. That was rough. Properly.
Properly.
Term. Yeah. Functioning properly.
There you go.
Goes for the down one hands and catches Tom. Oh,
this is a big one. Well, okay. And you see Slayer expected it.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you beat Aquaman's wake-ups, especially with Black Adam. Very floaty jump. Man, you see his block animation when... I actually just noticed that. Oh, yeah, he's just...
Ooh. Yeah, just get in there.
Those orbs are unblockable, so they do guarantee damage if you're close to him. So dive kick chip plus orbs.
Yeah, doesn't matter if punishable. Just that's going to come up.
Okay, Tom had the right read. That was definitely a dive kick, and he tried to meter burn back 3-8, but Slayer actually missed the input. Gets the throw, and Tom used his trade, so a big loss there. Oh, late dive kick.
Does not want to get clashed.
Oh, he got him.
Yeah, you see, just in these individual hits, he's confident enough to be able to do it.
Yeah, backdash gets caught. Tom could have confirmed that into a combo and probably killed, but that'll do it anyway.
Maybe now you'll take me serious.
I really wish Slayer would just hang out at that spot. Other than that, he's playing fantastically, but he's so insistent about trying to escape that.
Yeah, he wants to do a lot of stuff. All right, Pogo.
Back to a lot of patience here. Well, maybe not so much. Slayer still being fishy about things.
That's kind of how he does it.
Getting rocked by... Oh, well.
Missed this combo, and this is a punish. Immediately goes for the overhead. Oh, lightning bomb. I don't know if he meant to throw that.
Yeah, I don't know if that was intentional.
Spend some bar. If he doesn't do Unbreakable, Slayer will break, yeah. He might not even spend any bar. He might hold on to it, but if he does choose to spend a bar, he can get a little bit of life back. He's deciding.
Yeah, still figuring it out. Here, he's got his head in his hands there, figuring it out. He does spend the bar.
Yeah, so 15% back for Slayer, so not too bad. He's got a little lead for himself. And Aquaman cannot safely check with that from the deep, so he's got to move in.
Ooh!
Gets right under.
Slayer has bar.
This could be
range. Overhead blocked.
Yeah.
Meter burn it? Yes.
Well, if he checks with...
Oh, down two. This is going to be a game for Tom. Yes.
That was sick.
6-1.
Man, that was crazy.
Begin.
That down two, and that's the thing about Black Adam. He has really good forward movement on that forward one, but it's a high. So you can get under it with low pokes, right? That lightning again. You can't really from the deep, because if you block that from deep, he can hit you with the black magic. So it's really kind of like one of these weird things where their zoning tools punish each other.
Right, right. Lots of patience as a result. Lots of this is played in the mid-range as a result.
Yeah, Black Adam, as you can see, he can throw that lightning a little bit more liberally.
Tom moving forward. He finally got the corner for himself here.
We caught him out of the air.
Great block. Oh, not the whole thing.
Yeah, it's that double overhead, right?
Oh, yeah.
Low lightning.
Dash up lightning.
Oh, missed the combo. This is a little bit of chip. And there it is. He pulled himself backwards on the Trident Rush. Try to space it out a little bit so that he wouldn't get punished.
This is, oh, well, thought it might have been a chance for whiff punish. No.
Orbs. Got a little bit of chip. Actually, a hit there, the hands at the end. So, pretty convincing round for Slayer.
Yeah, just a lot of screen control, great movement, escape situations. Well, got to look for the cross-up. Well.
And that cross-up dive kick is something. I mean, do you even want to block it, though? Because if he just lands and does a string, it hits in the front. So it's, yeah, it's pretty rough. Side switch for Tom. Wake up hands, 188 damage. Oh, a little short.
Okay, Tom.
Hit by a rogue wave.
Taking a couple of rounds. Took the last game.
Checks him with that.
Not quite.
And the low lightning, man, that's a lot of damage to eat. Oh, chase
Out of the
down.
air. Oh, I'm surprised that Tom didn't come out first. Maybe he just didn't get it in time.
Damage on
But
block,
it was
that was
still
genius.
there. It was
That was
still there.
actually the smartest thing because as Aquaman's traded, you eat the damage on block. So he just did 1-1-2 and then did meter burn 4-3. And it's like, or the bounce cancel into the 4-3. And you just eat all that on hit.
Maybe
So-
I'll look for pushback.
Push block, yeah,
rather.
yeah, that would have been a good idea. Yeah, that is so unfortunate for Aquaman that he eats all that. But his trade is so good.
Yeah, I was going to say, still pretty good.
Anti-air forward 1-2. And Slayer in a great position. Oh, cross the dive kick.
No punish.
All right, a lot of chip.
Corner control is what Tom would like.
Meter burn back 3, and that's a lot of damage. Pretty convincing round again from Slayer. He looks real comfortable.
Yeah, he's able to get in when he wants. He's able to zone when he wants. His
Baits
mix-ups
the
have
scoop.
worked out.
Dive kick lands.
Wow, okay.
Oh, yeah. He just went for the back 2, I think, not expecting that to hit. 1-1-2 trait throw.
Quit while you still
Wake up. Oh!
Okay, well, that was a good use of that. That's for sure.
Yeah, gets out of there, gets a little bit of chip. Backdash does get him out, and this could be a combo for Tom.
Yeah, this could be corner pressure. I mean, keep in mind how Slayer has, well, I don't know, man. It's obviously damage, and that's nice, but he had worked so hard to get into the corner.
Yeah, and not like so much damage that you're like, man, that was, you know, totally worth losing the corner.
Right, right. And you see, as a result, he's back to this mid-range game. He's really wanted the interactable. You can see him back up for it.
Oh, he's looking for that lightning hands. What a bait. And you see him, he didn't even go in for the combo. Like, not even, don't let him clash.
Yeah, it's like he pumped it. You could see the little crouch. He pumped it, and he
Yeah.
was like, nah, I shouldn't do it. 8-1.
Is it player select for Tom? No, he's back into it. All right. Ooh, anti-air down 1 hands. And he waits. He waited to see if there'd be a wake up from Tom. Tom didn't go for it.
Oh, okay. Yep.
4-2.
Slayer just playing patiently. Same with Tom.
The pump. Yeah, he's trying to make him think he's going to go for the lightning or the black magic. He's trying to make that that come out. Yeah, that's what he's waiting for.
Here's the big chance. Well, he had the button, but not the range.
go home, Adam.
Side switch. Oh, man, he talked trash.
Yeah, that's cool. What a jerk.
Specific. Oh, he pulled himself out of range. Big damage on that and the low. Man,
You know, these characters were hanging out in story mode, too. They were cool.
they're best friends.
It was a good story mode.
Dive kick lands, and Slayer wasn't ready for the full combo, but I mean, it comboed anyway.
Oh,
That'll
yeah,
do
you
it.
got it there. You see Tom was bringing out from the deep, but just was not the right time for that.
He missed his reversal timing on that black magic, and that low lightning catches so often in the mid range because he has such good overheads.
Oh, yeah, that beat down too?
And not a big
Yikes.
combo. And not a combo from Tom either, but
Okay.
interrupts the down 1 hands.
That was a dangerous moment there for Tom. And now he starts with a corner. Well, maybe not for long.
Yeah,
no, just like
interactable.
that pushed out. You can see he'd love to maintain it. Oh. Well, not the from the deep.
Oh, Pogo, and now he's got corner pressure. He's going to get chip here. You see him down poke. What a whip punish! And he went for the throw, but Tom was ready. And yeah, Chip will do it now. He's in a bad spot. If that trait comes back up,
No, he just did it again. Yeah.
yeah.
Confident enough.
If trait came back up, he was dead for sure. I mean, that's checkmate for sure.
Well, you can see Tom recognize that and try to go in a little bit, but nope.
So Slayer drops his combo there, knowing that Aquaman will trait. Went for the throw instead. It's caught by a couple of those from the deeps.
Oh, man, that was not there.
Ooh. Didn't have the interrupt on the way. And pulls himself away, but still a punish. Lightning bomb, okay.
Huh. Tom just backing off.
Dive kick lands.
Yeah.
Missed his combo though. All right,
A little bit
from the
damage
deep.
from this far away. And, well, I thought he was going to move forward, but he looked like he was content to just throw the trident.
Yeah, it's an interesting pickup instead of doing a second from the deep too. Man, the damage on block is crazy. That is buff. That's a lot. Slayer
It
is
is.
clearly recognizing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can't
Follow up.
I think you're right. I think you're right that he's moving.
Just hang out a little bit, Slayer. You know, I mean, other than that, he's doing fantastically, but that moment has come up multiple times.
Oh, it hit him? Oh, and he got the combo afterwards. Man, bad spot. And all right, so he gets out of there. But a big deficit and match point for Slayer now. I mean, you're in such a bad position because he has the trait, which, yeah, he's going to get that guaranteed chip.
Okay. Starting things off well for Tom. Is he going to follow this up? He does!
Man, how many times in a row is Slayer going to get hit?
Yeah, and it's not like you're so worried about the overhead. The overhead is much slower. It's...
Oh, and that'll do it? Yeah.
That's it.
Guaranteed chip right there for Slayer. That was such a bad position.
Is that 9 or is that...
There you go.
One more.
That's it. 10-1.
Man, both of our sets went 10-1.
Both 10-1? Wow.
Dang, that is crazy to think about.
That was not necessarily what I thought was going to happen, but it's hard to quibble with those results, you know, just based on how strongly Slayer played, based on how strongly Pig played. And when it came to the set, I mean, you could see Tom trying to figure some stuff out at the start.
Yeah.
He was trying the Lantern. That clearly did not work out. Aquaman was probably his best bet.
Yeah.
But even in that matchup, man, Slayer was so ready for so many things.
Yeah.
And as he, for example, started to see how the trait was working, he went in more and more. He really took advantage of it.
Dude, the anti-trait stuff that he had, like especially he would just do like 4-1-2 would hit. He would trait. Aquaman would get out of the combo, and he would just be like, all right, 1-1-2 lightning. And like if all of that hits unscaled, so each hit is doing full damage while Aquaman's blocking with his trait. So it's like you just see the life bar melt all the way down. That's really smart.
Yeah, I really like how he played. He had excellent spacing. I mean, look, other than the did not want to deal with post-Trident.
Come on. Like, what are you doing?
I don't know what he was doing, but other than that, I thought he was great. The zoning was there. The movement was there. He whiff punished things well. He was not in range to be whiff punished very often. He pressured well. I mean, he just had everything else was working great.
Yeah, he really played excellently, and it was cool to see him do that on a character that wasn't Superman, because he played Superman so much in Injustice 1. But, you know, I feel like since then he has developed a lot, and you can see that he can play a different style than just like, all right, I want to play Superman, or I'm going to play this character, right? Like, he showed a lot of knowledge and awareness on a character that he wasn't playing that much in the first game.
Yeah, definitely agree. So very interesting to see both 10-1. Again, not necessarily what I thought would happen, but it's hard to argue with how strongly that went in those players' favor, in favor of Pig and in favor of Slayer.
Yeah, and those two are going to be playing each other next. So 10-1 versus 10-1. I really don't expect that we'll see another 10-1.
Very surprising if that happened, but we'll be back with that in a bit.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the ESL King of the Hill. This is Injustice 2. I'm Sajam. This is Ultradavid. We had two 10-1 sets back to back. I think unexpected results, especially in a newer game. I think we expected everybody to be learning stuff.
Right.
I think it's really cool that we get to see a returning character versus a new character, especially since it's a returning character that Slayer did not happen to play. That'll be our match, by the way. Slayer versus Pig of the Hut. Slayer probably on Black Adam. That's what he told me that he's feeling like playing today. And Pig of the Hut, I'd imagine on Dr. Fate.
Yeah, well, that's what they won in their sets with, right? Fate and Black Adam, and there was no reason for them to switch in those sets. We'll see, though, if that comes up, because I certainly don't expect a 10-1. I would expect it to be closer, and if it comes into a situation where one of the players is really kind of down and out, will they stick with that character? Will they switch to something else? I'm not sure. They both said that they were working on other things, but certainly going into it, those are the two characters that I expect. And for Pig, I love a lot of the decisions that he made with where he put the orb, where he tried to control things. His wake-up decisions were very intelligent. He whiff-punished well. And
all with a new character, too.
And all with a new character, right. So not easy to do. Not easy to do. And, Fate has really interesting, dangerous setups.
Yeah.
Right? Tons of damage output available to him. We didn't see that stuff. Like I said, you just can't expect that to happen day one. You might know your setups in sort of the intellectual side of your brain, but bringing that into your hands in a new game like this is not easy to do so early on. So, very, very strong stuff. And then for Slayer, just had a ton of correct decision-making.
Yeah. I think that's always been his strength. Like, no matter what he plays, he has good player reads and really good awareness in the game. Like, he knows all the tech. He knows all the setups. He knows all the situations. So, like, when I think about Slayer, that's always the stuff that he is really good about. You saw it with stuff like cross-up dive kick. Like, a lot of the interesting punishes, the way he dealt with Aquaman straight. Like, it's very clear that he is playing, and he really knows what he's doing. Both of these guys, EVO finalists in Injustice. So, I mean, the caliber of play is going to be very high, right? Both of them are incredibly strong players, and I can't wait to see them play in this matchup. And I can't wait to see, like, kind of the counter zoning of Black Adam versus the, sort of regular zoning and, like, kind of space control of Dr. Fate. It's going to be a really good match.
Yeah, part of what I really enjoy about Injustice 2 so far, and it was the same way in Injustice 1, is that zoning is strong, but it's zoning in an interesting way. The pace of the options is so different based on the different characters. Like we were talking about, it's easy for one character in some matchups to check another zoning, right? So there's this kind of interesting back and forth.
Yeah, you do your move, now I do my move. Yeah, you do your... And so, like, then you're like,
who gives up on that first? Who wants to move because you'd rather be doing other things that's more effective? There's a lot of really interesting decisions. And, of course, the different zoners want to stand at different spots, right? So there's still a lot of battles going on. It's not like there are normal-based footsies necessarily going on.
Right.
But that's effectively what is happening.
Footsies.
Exactly right.
But from full screen. There's like projectiles. It's like, if I stand at this spot, his projectile doesn't work. So he's going to move here, and I'm going to move there. And it's right. It's really cool. And I can't wait to see that in our match. That's going to be the match coming up right now. You guys don't have to wait any longer. We are going to have Slayer versus Nobles, Pig of the Hut. First 10 action, as usual, here on King of the Hill. Man, I can't wait to see this. I especially am interested to see because I've seen Pig fight against Black Adam players. Online, I've seen him play some sets. He uploaded a set on YouTube, right? He was just playing ranked matches, and at the end, he played a super long set with my roommate, who also plays Black Adam. So I saw him play in this matchup, and he seemed like he was pretty comfortable. I mean, there's a lot of ranges where Black Adam is very powerful.
Sure.
If you have that perfect dive kick spacing and you hit it at the right point in the arc, you can fly right over the projectiles. So it's one of those things where Black Adam has good approach options. He has good counter zoning, but it's whether you can fit those in the right kind of scenarios. It's really one of those matchups, and it can snowball pretty quickly in one way or the other. So
will he go with Superman after all?
I expect him to play Black Adam. That's what I think. But I mean, maybe he'll play Superman. I don't know.
I don't know either, but we're ready for it. He's given us a look like we can see him on the camera, but we can't.
Yeah, he looked at us like you guys can see him.
Like we're the camera.
Yeah.
We're not the camera.
We're not the camera. I don't think he knows that, to be honest.
No.
I'm not sure.
He's a great video game player, but I don't know about the rest.
Superman.
Oh, highlighting Superman, huh?
Yeah, that's what he had pressed on before. That's why I thought it might be Superman. We'll see if that's what he sticks with.
Wow.
Superman, he did mention Atrocitus as a character who he believes is strong, a character he wants to work on.
So neither of them going with the character we expected.
No, not at all. It's a totally different matchup.
But Atrocitus was in the beta, and this is who Pig was playing a little bit in there, so I saw, oh, big pickup right away, and the throw bait from Slayer. That's one thing to expect.
No, that is super punishable. Probably want it down one instead, but that happens sometimes.
Yeah, and Slayer looking for throw baits already. You'll see that he walks forward, and then he kind of neutral jumps or he forward threes to be like, hey, you're going to throw tech in this scenario.
Woo. Had a chance for an air pickup, no dice. He's been caught.
Oh, double overhead on that, but no punish.
Yeah, he interrupted that. I'm surprised. finally, the wake up from Pig, he wants to get out of there.
Oh, Meteor Burn Superman punch he can chip here. And that is that. Very convincing first round for Slayer.
Yeah, I think Pig recognized that he wanted to get some invincibility with the wake up, but it just wasn't the right time.
A good block and
He
punish.
has an overhead there he could do, but man, that low is super punishable.
Right, so that string has overheads in the last 2 hits, but it's also special cancelable into a low.
Right.
So it's kind of like a mix-up of like, does he do the low, does he not? Like,
But it's a big, big bet on that low.
yeah, exactly. I mean, both options run safe.
Sure,
So.
yeah.
All right, he gets a big combo here, and he can set out the trade at the end if he wants. There it is, he's got it. So that's support, that's backup.
The overhead, okay.
And this time goes to the low.
The mix-ups are working. He has Dexstar backing him up.
Yeah, exactly. With that trait to back you up, it's much more credible to go for like overhead and low mix-ups.
Right, so the fact that he's unsafe, when he has trade out, he can make himself safe. He has an assist effectively.
Man, he caught him a couple of times with that. Slayer not seeming to know how to block the end of it. Oh, he tried to meter burn forward through the wake up. Chase down? No, it was too far. And he got the pickup. Pig of the Hut, gonna be in the lead now.
Yeah, there it is. I was gonna say, you can air escapes even still.
Yeah, he
Two
knows.
bars are there. Is he gonna spend them? No.
And there's the clash. Okay.
Admit your defeat. I admit nothing.
Dialogue. And he does spend 1 bar. Okay, so he holds on to 1 meter burn breath or 1 bit of meter burn
Ooh,
zoning.
is there a whip punish here?
This time, double dash instead of just the 1. Does he let him clash? Oh, it just goes for the sweep
Yeah,
and the cross up.
Oh, down. That was probably down 1. It's coming out a lot for him like that.
Ooh, Slayer gets hit there. He does have 1 bar, and you see that shield. It allows you to absorb projectiles. It hits on the way in.
Oh,
Pick up.
this is huge.
That was so sick using the trait.
Oh, he's
the
out there.
flip
He just had 2 bars. He's alive. He can definitely do this.
Punch. Okay, yeah. That was so scary. That was super, super scary. Now, Slayer has to decide if he wants to stay with Superman, if he wants to go with Black Adam.
I don't think that the character pick was anything wrong right there. I think it's just Pig ended up getting it. Yeah. But having Superman in this matchup makes sense to me. I like his pressure. I like his whip punishes. Footsies are very strong, of course.
Right into the trait. So, yeah, with that trait backing him up, he really you see him try to punish.
Yep.
And I think the air dash away is the perfect option, to be honest with you. Like, when you're dealing with this trait of Superman, you really just don't want to be near him. You want to escape. Dive bomb. It is scaled, though. When you OTG with that dive bomb, you don't get as much as you used to.
Well,
big combo.
so unfortunate, right?
When he was doing a whole life bar and 1 dive bomb, the good old days.
Yeah.
That punch walk again, catching Slayer. He's a little antsy trying to move in. Zoning, 2 bars.
Yep,
He
moves
just
forward.
wants to negate the trait. That's why he's spinning meter. And that'll do it.
Yep, that'll be the life bar.
So I think the big problem Slayer's having here is, you know, Pig is making great reads about when Slayer wants to move.
Ooh, yeah. Meter burn roll. I think that might be the first one we've seen all day.
Yeah, I think there's maybe 1 more, but it wasn't as effective. That one was for sure a good call. Triple do it. Yeah.
How's that for rage?
So, yeah, I think that I like... Oh, that's a
Oh,
punch.
yes. Oh, yeah. Oh,
What a block.
was there. And then Dexstar coming to rescue.
Oh, trade on the wake up. And yeah, you see Dexstar again. You don't have to react to that air dash. You just hit the trait and you're out of there. Nice
Finally,
down.
yeah, I love it. I was going to say, that wake up is a high. You can press buttons underneath it.
Yeah, so you can just safely do down 1 against that. And if he wakes up, you're like, all right, well, big punish. And that's exactly what you saw there, so... Oh, backdash, and he gets caught at the end, but not a pickup all the way.
Oh, here's the big one.
Doesn't spend any of that bar.
Yeah, he's not. I'm surprised.
Oh, he's mixing
Keeps it up. Keeps it up.
Oh,
he doesn't believe it.
He doesn't know. Man, that was
just
how many times did we see that string in a row? He's just slapping him on the head.
Yeah, man.
He's like, oh, man, that's too good. Oh, he actually
And
wins.
damage.
Yeah.
Well, he had built bar from. Look at this. Why not? Why not? Based on how that had gone in the previous part of that round, why not just come in like a barbarian? Because it was working.
Barbarian. Yeah, it was very caveman-esque, right? It's just like, I'm going to just bubble.
Look at this guy. He's full of rage. And so Black Adam comes in.
Yeah, I think a good choice. I think that, you know, the dive kick and the low lightning to check a little bit better in this matchup. And I think it might slow Slayer down a bit. Well, you know, sometimes jump forward is slowing down. It's not a big deal. Looks for that down 2, didn't find it.
Yeah, he's going. I thought that he might choose to play this more at a range, but no, he's very much going in.
And activates the trait. Still trying to approach against the trait. I think that's very risky. And you see he tried the meterless pickup.
Yeah, that would have been cool. But it's all right for Pig.
Tried to
Makes
punish.
himself safe.
And I like push block. I think that's a better choice than dealing with this mix-up.
Well, I think the trait was gone, but yeah, I like the idea in general.
Gets big damage on that. Oh, he side switch.
Oh, there's gonna be cool tech in the future. That's for sure.
That was crazy looking.
There's gonna be cool side switch tech. in the future for Black Adam.
And now he gets it. Yeah, actually caught that floaty jump at the tail end. So a round for Slayer, and I think it looked a little bit better. He looks more comfortable on this character than he did on Superman. Interrupt with the trait again. Yeah, see that? You just have to deal with the chip here.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. You're just going to get chipped out. Backdash!
He tried to get out, and no. Pig knew it. He was confident.
Yeah, that string, when you have trade out, you can just lock somebody down. It's so effective.
That footsie range there for Atrocitus is very strong for him. That's part of why I thought that Slayer might want to play farther away. But no, Slayer's been all right anyway.
Yeah, that 4-2 that
That's a lot of meter on Pig's side.
He has to decide how many he's going to spend. Just one. I think that's a good choice. Yeah. 15%, and you keep a lot of that gauge up there, so
yeah,
you can still whip punish.
Oh, wow, look at that. That was super good. And he had meter to make more damage out of it, too, because he saved some.
Yeah, and Pig,
another one?
Yeah, he's doing an excellent job here. Activates the trait.
Oh, man, he's going
huge.
in. Yeah, Slayer just needed to get out of that.
My range.
I don't think he's looking too hot in the meter department, though.
I feel like he's playing so antsy, you know? Yeah, he's going to spend the bar to get the damage. Although the nice part for Slayer is it gets rid of Dexstar. Right, so
that's true. Wow, okay, big bet on that. Another one? Oh, that could have been huge.
A backdash gets caught, and he has the bar.
So antsy. Look, it's the same kind of thing that was happening against Tom Brady, where he was caught by Trident, and he just felt he needed to escape.
Yeah.
He wasn't just blocking. I feel like we're seeing a lot of that here as well. So that's part of why I thought that he would go to more of a distance game, to just be outside of Atrocitus's footsies. Atrocitus can't really zone from that far when Dexstar's not out, because he can bring in the Blood Tornado, but that is so punishable even at full screen. I'm sure Adam can punish it with Black Magic or something.
Right. So, yeah, I feel like the range game is where you want to play, but he's dashing right into his optimal footsie range.
Right. And look, I mean, he's fine in footsies. It's just that clearly Atrocitus has been dominating there, and the fact that Adam might be good on that in other matchups, maybe not in this matchup.
In the pickup, he didn't have to spend any bar on the first part of that because he had the trait. And just media, it caught Slayer. He's just doing something on wake up. He's moving around a little too much. Checks with the hands. And I think that there's got to be a change in how Slayer's playing.
Agreed.
He has to realize, like, he's moved. Look at him. He just spent all the meter in the world. And another wake up will kill a hit behind the back. Big of the hut. He knew. I mean, if Slayer blocked it, it was going to be chip anyway, right? So
could have just crouched it. But he's again not waiting. Yeah, he's playing antsy. That's for sure. Again, the backdash was fine this time.
Oh, try to whip punish.
There you go.
This is going to be big damage. As long as he doesn't drop the combo. Which he doesn't. Little check, and he's still moving after that hands. It's just big nose. He's so good, as you mentioned, think about zoning, right? He's so excellent at like knowing, like, all right, you really want to move here. I love that he dropped the combo to get the trade out.
Yeah.
Forces him off that meter.
Oh, that's
another
2 bars.
Block.
That's so expensive.
It is, and he lost a lot, man. No bar to escape.
That's really
meter
it.
burn 4-3.
That's really it. So a very tough situation now for Slayer. 4 games for Pig of the Hut. The switch to Black Adam didn't really pay off, and it seems to me like he's just not using those tools we were talking about for Black Adam. The range.
Aquaman.
But, okay, Aquaman, I mean, look, if you're talking about range, Aquaman is a great choice.
I don't feel like the problem is the character.
Agreed.
I think it's the approach, you know? And if this character will make him play slower maybe, then I guess I could see it. I'm sure that this is one of those where that is punishable by
it probably
projectile.
Is, yeah.
Projectile is punishable
from
by
the deep
Aquaman.
punishes
yeah.
Blood Tornado punishes from the deep. Probably.
All right, gets the pick up here. Meter burn and the 4-3. That's good damage for Pig. And that I like that combo because it wastes a lot of time, which means that his trait gets to come back.
Yes. Oh, he tried to press button. Nobody wants to just deal with that.
It doesn't seem like it.
I mean, I get it. Nobody wants to sit there. You want to make your stuff happen. There you go.
And but yeah, actually, the trade activation maybe a little greedy from Pig of the Hut.
Yeah. Maybe if he was a little bit farther in range.
So about half of that trade is gone. He just absorbs it.
Yo.
What are you gonna do about it? So yeah, at this full range, nothing's gonna happen.
Right. It's not a comfortable range for either party. That's why you saw them both move forward. Yeah. So this time it's Slayer who moves forward first.
Yeah, because both their projectiles punish each other. And he gets out of that. Oh, he actually got combo.
I really like the idea.
On
okay.
hit.
All right. All right. I understand the Aquaman pick better now. I really like that choice. Not just there, but in the pressure that was causing him problems with Dexstar, all that sort of stuff. If he gets hit, you can get out.
Yeah, the trade will allow him to escape. The fact that he can trade out of that on hit and punish, man.
Yeah, that's huge.
got him moving. Wow, very big risk from Slayer, and he does go for the combo. That allows the clash.
You like using that word, don't you?
He has such a big lead, I guess, that allowing the clash is not a bad idea off all 4 bars.
I suppose, yeah.
Punish.
But no meter to convert. Well, okay, he got the life bar.
Yeah, I was trying to force him in a chip with that string. And that's a punish.
Punish. Again, no meter. So that is not super risky for Slayer, I suppose.
Oh, baits the wake up, but didn't quite get back there to punish in time. And there's the trait. This is so dangerous. The pickup, that was really sick.
Ooh, huge. The low.
Okay, and there's the clash from Slayer. He has such a comfortable lead, and I feel like he got like so antsy with 2 of those from the deeps, and then a lot of these dashes. Spends 1 bar. Gets that 15% back. Oh, got a whip on it.
That's a great spacing right there for Slayer. Perfectly put.
Oh, he missed the sweep. He tried to set up punish, yes. And now he's got a big lead. This is where you really need to close this out as Slayer. Get this game. 3 dashes. Oh, man. Oh, okay, he's going to get chipped.
Yeah, that's nice. But hold on, though. Still safe. He gets another one.
Any down one will do it. Oh, and the back check.
He is alive.
On the scoop from so far away, man. Self-clap, all right.
Okay, hey,
that's a good sign of confidence.
You gotta hype yourself up a little bit. Your first game, you're 5 games into this thing, you get one finally. Maybe you gotta hype yourself up.
I like the head shake. Like, all right, trades out again. The punish.
That is really useful. That's for sure.
Yeah, that seems like something that I don't know if Slayer knew it or if it just turned out that way, but that was a good choice.
Yeah.
Well, missed the standing 3 ender there. So this is going to be a combo for Pig. Activates the trait instead of opting to go for big damage. Hits the low and the pickup off of it.
Yeah, looking good. Damage here.
Oh, we tried
a little bit off.
Even though it misses, he has Dexstar to back him up, so it's not a huge deal. The low again.
Still going for it.
Flip out. And the back
too much of that. I really think that's something that we're going to see a lot more as the game develops, but people are still thinking about things.
Oh, yeah, you're stuck. You can't do anything there. Chip. Oh, he did down 2? That was a bad choice.
I think so.
Down 1 trying to rush a better idea, but I think down 2 is maybe to cover the jump or something. Well, that'll do it.
Worked.
Poseidon's wrath.
So we're even here. Slayer with the meter advantage though, but trait for Pig. And a push block. He doesn't want to deal with the chip. And I think this is where he's been in most trouble, right? When the trait's there. Again, the low. The strategy is to stand block and react to the low puddle. But it's very difficult to do.
I mean, that's it. The low puddle is where the damage comes from.
Right. Unless you get hit by the 3rd overhead. And then he turns it into the puddle anyway. He's a good character.
He's pretty good, yeah.
All right, so no bar spent by either player. And, you know, Pig is okay with waiting here because this means his trait's going to come back. So that's why it kind of forces action.
Oh, and not the rest. I think he's maybe worried about clash. I don't know.
Oh, the low again. How many times has he been hit by
so
2 hits?
I just, at this point, Slayer just doesn't believe that it's low. It's just a clear, I don't think you're going to do it. He was right.
That was a good try. Meter back 3, I think good. Oh, he got caught. And he let him clash. I'm surprised he didn't do like back 3.
Yeah, me too.
Or if you're not sure if it's going to combo, let the combo drop and then go for chip, right? Wow, he spent the bar and Slayer didn't anything. He'll do it now. Any puddle.
Yeah, down back 1, puddle.
Oh, that
really?
anti-air. That was sick.
This guy.
That was so sick. Oh, man. All right, caught with the low right away, the forward 2. Just the backdash from Pig. Punish. Without bar, it's not that damaging, but the problem is that you lose and let him trait. You know, as soon as he gets out that trait, we've seen how much Pig makes that work again.
I mean, Slayer stood for the previous one as well. He just has not crouched. It's been like a few games since he even has crouched.
All right, back 3 now. Does he go for that sweep setup again? He tried it. He really wants like an ambiguous, like left or right kind of thing, but punish?
No.
Surprised he didn't do it from the deep.
Would have made sense. Wants the corner.
Oh, again, he picked him up low, but Dexstar saving the day.
Oh, great. Down 2?
And Slayer just slugged in here because he's got the lead, and he's like, look, if I take a hit, it's fine. You know, if we keep trading, you're going to die. So that's kind of how he played out the last part of that life bar. That's a good little pickup.
Not quite there.
And back 1, 2, 3. Does get clash.
Pig, I mean, probably going to spend a couple of here just to get some life back. Yeah, that's what he does.
All right, 2 bars. And playing it nice and slow. All that matters is the trait, right? So he took damage there from activating. I like that Slayer dashed up and tried to pressure instead of running for the
There was
trait.
finally an intended low block.
Oh
my god. Slayer, why? I mean, it's 50-50. I get it. It sucks. It's just, he's been so insistent about blocking overhead.
All right, that is a punish.
Like, he has not made it a 50-50. It's definitely been much more successful than that.
It's a 50-50. It hits 100% of the time.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those. Oh my gosh.
Well, I really like the idea of escaping with meter burn roll. I think that's cool. Cool idea, but maybe not in that situation.
Man, Slayer in a bad position. Gonna clash here. He does have meter lead, but will he bet 2, expecting that Pig won't spend meter? Will he spend all 3? What's the idea?
He made it very fast. Just decision. 2-2.
Okay. So Slayer with the meter lead, but the life deficit. And really, time is not on his side, as the longer he waits, the more likely trait builds up.
Keep block low. No!
Back. That'll do it if he hits the combo.
Oh my god.
Oh. How
It's gotta
many
be
times?
so frustrating. Look, we've all been in this situation where your opponent has a mix-up and you just can't guess right.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's been there in the past, and the more that you don't guess right, the worse it gets in your own head. Because you start to think, I'm just never gonna get this.
No matter what you do, you always feel wrong.
And furthermore, you start to think, well, I've been blocking overhead enough that he's gonna start thinking that I'm gonna block low, so that means that he's gonna do the opposite, which means I should continue to stand up.
Yeah,
you get into your own head about these things.
You like quadruple mix
You way
yourself up.
overthink it.
Yeah, it's like a 50-50, and then you in your mind turn it into another 50-50.
Yeah.
And then you're just breaking it down, and then at the end you just get hit.
Yeah.
Like, that's all there is to it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So he goes for bat.
Even starting it off, why not? I mean, look, if you're on Pig's side though, definitely you keep it up. Like
It's unblockable. That's what you've determined.
You keep doing the low 90% of the time because that's just been working out. No reason to switch.
Yeah, 2 hits low, that's unblockable. He's still stand blocked.
I'm telling you, he's just doing it.
Well, he went to Batman. I think this is a character that he played a little bit in Injustice 1. And I think that this will allow him to mix up Pig a little bit. Good block. And this is that extended offense that Batman can get. When he has bats, he has meter. Oh, unblockable, interactable. Gets caught low again, and I think Slayer's really not respecting that portal, that puddle. And no, he's not respecting anything.
No.
A lot of stuff is happening, and he gets blipped.
It's like it's an unblockable.
It's unblockable, actually.
Yeah, he just has to not block because if he blocks, then he can't block the unblockable. He's going to take damage.
And the wake-up attack to do it, Slayer, man. You gotta feel bad, but at the same time,
it's tough. But come on, man! It's becoming a caricature of itself at this point. It's like impossible to keep doing it. Oh no! I can't look.
It's so rough, man. Especially because the last hit, if you get hit by the overhead, you just get knocked out.
I know, right?
It's not that bad. But at this point, it's like he's mind gaming himself.
Oh, no, it's entirely in his own head for sure. It's hard, like we said, it's hard to get out of that mindset once you're in it. But it's also kind of hard to watch.
Yeah, it's so rough. Oh, man, he just got caught moving there. Slayer dashing all the way forward. All the hits, the whole string, and now chip is a big problem. There's the clash.
And you see Pig doesn't even care.
He's just going to do forward 2
low. For sure.
He's just going to go low.
That's what he's going to do, definitely. Definitely. What a word! Don't get in your own head!
All right, yeah, Pig has got to realize that he just got to go low. Like, that's all there is to it. Look on his face. Pig's face, he was like, did you really block?
No.
He's like, did you really just... All right. Oh, nice hands here.
Oh! Whip punish, great stuff. And there's just the clash. So Pig is going to get out of that. Maybe spend a... They both have a bar? Yeah, they both have a bar.
Yeah, they both
do.
And there's no bats for Slayer.
Oh,
that was a sick pair.
Okay, I like it.
He's going to do it again. Jump out of the low.
I like the idea from Pig. Here you go. I can't believe he did it. I can't believe he did it. And there you go. Look, Pig in his head was like, the overhead is gonna work this time. And then he saw it didn't. He was like, fine. He like gave in to doing the low. You know?
Yeah,
like,
he was like,
fine. Like he doesn't want to do it. It's just like, I guess.
If you're gonna get hit by
it. If it's gonna work, I'm gonna do it. Fine. And it's gonna work.
Anti-air attempt, but yeah, it's down to very slow. So it didn't get the job done there. Sets in the back, gets the low, and a lot of offense for Slayer. This is working out.
You know, if you can be on offense, then you don't have to deal with the opponent's offense. I
stayed blocking the whole time. Come on, man.
There it is.
I can't believe it.
No, it's hard. It's hard to believe it.
And Pig, yeah, and then that combo, he doesn't really know how to end it after that. So I think maybe that anti-air.
All right, I'm keeping that in mind.
All right, pickup. This should be the round. Nice and simple. Okay.
Slayer trying to hype himself up over there. You know, we were so sure this was not going to be a 10-1, and I'm not so sure now.
There's a good chance.
There is.
4-2-2 low. Oh, did he counter in between that?
I think he did.
That's interesting.
Something to keep in mind.
Yeah, there's some things here that I think Slayer's figuring out in the matchup, besides blocking low.
Yeah, I mean, other than the block situations, it's not like he's been playing badly. It's just that, God, he's taking so much damage from that low.
Oh, baited
Nice
on
read.
that. Yeah, not enough.
No
though.
cancel. Surprised. That's, oh, he could have punished. That's what he wanted to do, I guess.
I wonder if that's still punished. The recovery was so
Right,
long.
yeah, I don't know.
It is very, very slow move on recovery. Oh, the float. And gets the interrupt, the 1-2-3, and the clash. Okay, so Pig has the meter lead.
I think they both have 3.
Do they? Oh, yeah.
They both have 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
3-1, so he's going to spend it. He does not have that lift meter burn now.
Yeah, so much less threatening for Slayer.
Well,
Although,
if he gets in with this trade, it's going to be good. I just stayed stand blocking.
Okay,
I don't
yeah.
get it. At this point, I don't get it either.
I don't know what's happening. All right, 2 grapples. Back to 3, has the trait there.
Nice.
He's mind gaming Pig. He's like, all right, I'm definitely going to let go of the trait. And he never did.
Yeah.
2 bars again.
The low, the reset, and he didn't get the rest. Push block, Pig. He's alive, but maybe not for long.
And that'll do it. All right, so Slayer gets a game with Batman.
Not going to be 10-1.
Yeah, an interesting choice. So what he's doing with the trait, right? So if you do a string that's negative as Batman, there's always a threat that you let go of the bat, right? So that's one thing that you got to think about. But if you don't let go of the bat, you just keep up the pressure, then, you know, it's kind of like a double mind.
Okay, okay. Oh, yeah, he waited this time. Smart man.
Gets the pickup. Okay, so this time he improvised the combo and it worked out. Oh, that was a good attempt. And again, down 1 catches Slayer. Overhead, he probably doesn't know the string.
Right, yeah.
4-2-2 low. Oh,
of course.
Wake up attack to
I
escape.
just want to go over there and just hold his pad.
He's still stand blocking.
I gotta hold his pad, you know what I mean? But, I mean, fortunately for him, Pig is starting to take the bait of, I am so committed to blocking overhead that you don't believe it. And so you're gonna go for overhead? I mean, Pig is getting into his head as well.
It's a weird world we live in. I don't know what side that hit
was
on.
pretty funky, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up. When he does the grapple into the jump, his jump arc is very low to the ground. So it's kind of hard to tell what side he's going to end up on. Down 2, clean out of the air. That picked up very low.
That was weird.
In the check, he's trying to move in behind the bat, gets the grappling.
Really?
Yeah, last time Pig had hit a button behind the bat, like, all right, you're going to let go of the bat and come in. This time, Slayer went for the grapple, kind of on a read.
And he doesn't have much life bar left, so if he gets hit, it's only going to be that 5%.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Activate
deal.
the trait. Good block on the slide. No punish, but got him anyway. So a lot of that trait kind of not used at all because, you know, it was during that downtime. He lost it during the break in the round. Ooh! I think he tried to do down 1 into that, didn't get it.
Yeah. Well, he has trait. At some point, come on, guys.
Just go low.
Just, you have to do it, please. I'm like mad at both players now.
I don't know what's happening anymore. Oh, gets the trade out the trait. Let's go with the bat, but yeah, the trade's still there. Oh, you gotta go low.
I mean, he was blocking even at the first low potential. Okay.
Both had
3-2. That's all of Pig's meter.
Oh, tried to down 2 early.
Wow.
And see, it didn't work out. Yeah, his down 2 is pretty slow.
Yeah, and jump 2 for Batman is one of the best.
Yeah, very good normal. He has 1 bat now. Duck, and he stood up a little too early with whatever he tried to punish.
Yeah, I like the idea of it, just not there in time.
Interrupt. So big damage now. He just has corner pressure. Oh, the wake up. Meter burn. And the jump 3 into that. He's got very close to chip.
That's it. Wait, say what?
Okay.
That's basically KO.
Yeah, there's not much you can do. So 3-7 now. Slayer bringing it back with Batman. Interesting. It seems like he's sort of just... I think he's kind of suffocating when he gets up close, right? The pressure is really tough for Pig to deal with.
Yeah, sure. I like the idea that his pressure will beat, you know, being pressured.
Yes, that's kind of the idea.
Yeah, I definitely like that.
Meter burn back 3 works out.
The cat. There it is.
Yeah, and the pickup off of the cat. He said he didn't like cats earlier, but it's been a big hand so far in this set.
What a jerk.
Yeah, your face was pretty great. Oh, follows in behind the bat. Does get the combo. The second bat hit him.
Moving forward. Oh!
That was a good pickup.
You know, he's certainly trying to figure out what he should do about that. He has some ideas. I like that he's trying things. Oh.
Okay, parry worked out, but it was the same frame as Dexstar shot, so trade. Okay, and that'll do it. Nice meter burn back 3. That's a good adjustment.
Look, Slayer's insistence about standing up has definitely caused Pig to make the wrong decisions.
Yeah, he just likes to go low.
I mean, Slayer has taught Pig by getting his butt kicked.
Yeah.
Slayer has taught Pig that he should make the wrong choice. That you almost never see that happen.
Right.
But it's happening. I'm telling you, it's happening.
Gotta go low. What's happening?
I know he has to go low. Everybody knows that, except for one man, and that is Pig of the Hut.
That's crazy. I can't believe. Yeah, it's like a quadruple mind game.
Yeah, totally. And he did it by losing games.
It's a good strategy. Oh, interactable. Batman a little short. Oh, he had the bat available. I'm sure he probably tried to let go of it there. Back throw to the corner. Pig in good positioning here, has the lead as well.
Oh, he got him. Oh, wow, that was a ton. Dang.
Yeah, it's like, I think meter burn forward 3, back 3 with most characters is like 350 damage or something crazy like that. It's a lot.
Pretty legit.
Using that shield to get all the way in there. Goes through projectiles, absorbs hits. Picks up the combo, but Dexstar just ran out.
Tried to whip punish. No.
Bat on entry.
Yeah, one of the nice things about Batman is that you just can enforce your offense in many situations. With bats coming, with your strong jump 2, it's just hard to deal with that. You just have to not be in that position as the defender.
Little interact.
Not easy.
And yeah, as you can see, like he's kind of just smothering Slayer here. The jump 2 over. Bat is always there. It's always a threat, right? You can't really move up close.
Excellent pressure. Oh!
Activates into it, and Pig of the Hut was ready with that down 1.
He'd already seen the reset into the back 1.
And that should be the round. Yeah, good work from Slayer. He's really figured out kind of meter burn back 3ing through a lot of that pressure, and I think starting his own offense is pretty key here.
It's the biggest individual part of him not taking damage is that he's been playing offense.
Yeah, it's a good way to not deal with it. If you can't deal with the pressure...
I just can't... Come on, man! Come on!
Oh, good duck.
I'm so mad at both players.
Yeah, it's... Just do the low.
I know!
He's still serious. No! Oh my gosh. It's crazy.
It's so weird.
Like, you have to go low. Okay, gets the combo off of it. Forward 3, back 3. It's the transition. So unbreakable damage.
Did he have trade up at the time?
Pig or...
Pig.
Yeah, I don't think he had it activated.
Okay.
Transitions like that do remove the trade.
That's what I'm wondering. Okay.
Activates the trade. Oh, so he did the escape, but
okay.
You know, Pig was in the middle of activating, so...
Yes.
Push block. Yeah, good choice.
He spent 3 bars on defense, but he's alive as a result.
I can feel your
Although now he does not have that meter for using the Clash.
Yeah, Slayer spends 0 bars. He does have 1 bat available, which he spends. Big jump in and caught Pig. And just a normal Batman BMB. Caught the backdash, but actually he got the wrong string because he thought he'd be on the other side.
Trying for full speed again, but Bat was there.
Yeah, it was a trade. Worked out for him. Throws a jukebox.
It's a lot of chip, even if it's not a lot of damage.
Oh, parry works. Man, he's had some risky stuff on defense, but it's worked out.
Oh, Dexstar missed!
Pig has a lot of meter.
Pig is so mad at the cat.
Oh, the low check. I can't believe there's a super there.
Yeah, oh, really? That worked.
And he's... Oh, that was... I don't know if that was a good choice. Because Slayer broke right there, Pig can spend bar.
Yeah, Pig 4 bars. All he needs is chip. Yeah, he faked maybe. No, he didn't. No whip punish.
Oh, God. You gotta do it. Yeah, there's the roll recovery on that back 2-3. So now 9-2-3. Pig in the lead. Crazy.
Yeah. He's hunching over real low in that chair right there. Very low. Hey, they found it.
It was on hit, though. It was on hit,
yeah,
so we're not counting.
No, look, I'm just going to give it to him at this point. Come on, man! Just go for the low. Oh, punish.
Yeah. The low, man. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know. It's so strange.
Oh, and he got caught again. Slayer, I think, so antsy, right? He's always you find him constantly getting hit by stuff that you feel like he shouldn't, because he's moving a lot.
Cat's still there. Puts the shield up. That shield is a moving projectile as he moves, so it'll actually connect with the opponent.
Exactly. You're gonna spend some bar here. Combo very close to killing. But
Yeah,
not
I
quite.
really like this option. Tried to set up button. Tried to set up another.
All right, meter burns in. If this reset works, oh, he just down
Again, huh? Oh, I guess that was probably an intended jump too.
And the wake up attack forward chip. Yeah, even if he had blocked it there, would have been in trouble.
Yeah.
You mean to inspire fear?
Match point now for Pig of the Hut. Still will not do the low.
I know. I don't understand it, but... Oh, the orb on the way in. And that's so tough to deal with. It's really hard to deal with that approach.
Yeah, and there
Broke
it
the
is.
armor.
Very nice. Oh, he missed with a drop.
And the tray out of the air. Pig didn't keep up the combo too long. He was expecting maybe a wager.
Yeah, I think he just didn't want to get Clash involved, but loses the round.
Interactable. And the anti-air was clean. Picks him up. Does not have bar to spend. Slayer had brick. He is in big trouble now.
Has bar though, so he can get life back. He spends 2 of them. 25 back.
Has trade out.
And now he's got to play a little bit defensively.
The low!
He did it. Did he save it until the very last round? No!
Is he saving it?
He saved it until the last round? Was he a secret genius the whole time?
He was waiting at the transition. Okay, this is probably not enough damage. He's just 4-2 too low again.
Did he wait until the last round? Lull Slayer into a sense of complacency.
What a genius! No! Oh my gosh. And the break. I think it was a great clash. Yeah, it resets the position. You don't have to deal with any kind of mix-up or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And no meter, and he's totally fine.
Oh, punish?
Hold on, though. Slayer's not out of this thing. If he can find offense.
He's got nothing
Couple
here.
more times.
Oh, down poke.
Couple more times.
Oh,
dash.
Yeah, probably trying to throw or something like that. The pickup. He doesn't have any bar though, and the trade.
Oh, that's basically good night.
And the pickup off of that Pig
There
of the
you
Hut.
go.
10-3 over Slayer.
Yep. Not under Slayer, not low below Slayer, over Slayer.
I mean, how many times in a row did we see the
I don't know, but it was a lot. It was a lot. It'd be very interesting to get some kind of a counter on that.
a statistic?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'd need a big graph. There'd have to be a large graph.
The
for that to make
percentage
sense.
is incredible.
But it was, look, that aside,
Yes.
I liked a lot of what Pig did in terms of his space control and in terms of his pressure. He got a good understanding of Slayer's defensive decision makings and even Slayer's offensive decision making. He started poking out down one out of resets and things like that. But I also liked how Slayer went to Batman. I mean, having his offense as a way to avoid being on the defensive was certainly very strong and paid off well for him.
And having Batman's own trait is kind of the counter, you know what I mean? It does like the same sort of idea as Dexstar, but in like shorter increments, right?
Right.
So I think that that's a good idea. It also lets him get a lot of offense. And that's the thing. So we saw Pig play Fate. It was a very defensive style the whole time. But Atrocitus, he had a lot of offense and a lot of mix-ups. It's very reminiscent of how he played with Zod, right? Where he had the trait summon up and he would get a lot of pressure off of it. It's the same kind of idea. So he showed like two sides of his strength, right? The ability to work behind a trait and get offense, the ability to play that zoning. So he showed off like kind of his whole spread of like how he can do it. And it was with two new characters. Neither of them were legacy characters. We saw brand new characters win here on the first King of the Hill. And so Pig of the Hut, 10-1, 10-3, pretty convincing sets.
I'll say.
And that guy's going to be a monster. When you look at the tour this year,
strong player.
He is for sure going to be hitting those top 8s, be a big threat to a lot of tournament brackets. And I think, you know, you'd be crazy not to expect to see him around.
Yeah, and I like his mindset a lot. He did mention how he sort of dealt with Kenshi and MKX. He was very stubborn about sticking with the character and maybe should not have, even though ultimately ended up being a fine character. But he said by that time he was kind of out of it, right?
Yeah, not as interested.
Exactly. But in this game, you could see that he's starting off with these multiple characters. And as you said, the defensive one, the more offensive mid-range one. And it's very important, I think, to have multiple characters in this kind of a game with matchups that can vary pretty wildly depending on which character your opponent brings in. You can have a character who's very advantage against some and very disadvantage against others.
Right.
There's a big swing in some of the matchups in this game. That's how it seems to me so far. So I like that he's coming into it with the mindset of, I need these multiple tools. It doesn't matter if I'm the best X or Y character.
Right.
I want to win tournaments, and he's looking like he's on the path to doing that.
Yeah, and I think that is the proper mindset to take for sure. So when we come back, we're going to get to hear from both of the competitors that you guys just saw play in those first attempts right after this break. Hey, what's up, everybody? We are back with our champion. Yeah. The winner of today's set. Pretty convincing sets, too. You got a 10-1, a 10-3.
Yep.
So definitely a good way to start the day. How are you feeling about how you played today?
This is a great way for me to start Injustice 2. MK9, Injustice 1, I've always been known as, yeah, it takes this guy like a year, 14 months to get started.
Right.
MKX had a good start, but boy, did I fall off the cliff. But today's nice. Today's feels good. And I have this unloyal to any main plan.
Right.
And so feels good.
Yeah, you didn't really have that attitude in the other games, I feel like, right? You were stuck to a character for a while, like in Injustice, you're playing characters, and then boom, immediately to Zod when he came out. MKX, you're kind of doing the same thing. Of the characters you're playing so far, is there anybody that you plan on sticking with? Like, I really like both your Fate and Atrocitus look great.
Well, what's funny is I know when people are probably watching me play today, they're like, oh, God, spam, Resident Sleeper, oh, Pig is terrible, but Pig can't go in. And then, like, literally an hour later, I'm just, mauling.
That's exactly what we were talking about.
So I actually smirked over there when I was up like 4-1 or something, and I was like, yeah, hold that stream chat. So feels good.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of you playing Zod, right? When you have Atrocitus and you have the trait behind it, you can get the offense, you can get the mix-ups and stuff like that. But I think it was really cool to see your Fate kind of like play the slow, defensive, behind the orb stuff, and then Atrocitus, the more offensive, like behind the trait. After this set, after this series, is there anything that, like, what's the next thing that you're going to be at? Probably Combo Breaker, I guess?
Yeah, I've got some soul search to do, Combo Breaker. I feel like Dr. Fate can do it. I feel like Atrocitus can do it.
Right.
But I want a character that I know can do it. So that's basically my mindset right now. So I'm going to be at Combo Breaker. I'm going to really push to go CEO. CEO is by far the best. One of the best tournaments.
Right.
I consider privately 5 tournaments just must attends in CEO. It pains me if I can't go. But I'll be at Absolute Battle for the first time. I've never been to Summer Jam. I'll be there this time.
Okay.
And I'm looking to go to ECT. And, I'm in this to win it. I want to play the Pro Tour. I want to be there in September or whenever the finals are. I don't care about character loyalty. You guys are going to be seeing a lot of me.
Would you rather, you talked about characters, would you rather play multiple characters to cover a spread or just one?
I would really like to find my Zod, quite honestly. But when I say Zod, like, people don't understand how much I love that character.
Right.
Like, I almost named my son Zod. Like, you don't get it. But the wife said your bags would be on the front lawn if you ever sign that paper when I'm in the room recovering. So, so we went with Barrett. So fair trade.
Yeah.
But you know, it's. I would, to answer your question, I would love to find my Zod, my one main. But, you know, MKX is one of those games where if you play just character outside the top 3, top 4, you're going to have long days. Well, or actually short days because you're going to be out of the tournament. But so I think Injustice 2, I'm open to going to a tournament with 2 to 3 characters. But if Atrocitus can cover every matchup, then I'm game. I'm not scared of a 4-6.
Right.
You know, as long as it's not all 4-6s, I don't want to do that. So.
Yeah, that's a good point. So you mentioned that kind of you had slow starts in a lot of the games, and I think that that's really interesting because there are players that just pick things up quickly.
Yeah.
They're just like instantly like, I know how to play this game and all these characters, right?
Yeah.
But you're somebody who definitely grinds and you put in a lot of that work, and a lot of that is on your YouTube channel.
Yep.
A lot of that is on your Twitch channel, and you organize different matchups and stuff like that. Where can people find out a lot of the stuff that you do, you know, in terms of community stuff? Because besides being a really good player, you're really a figurehead for the community, and you do a lot for it. So where can people find all that stuff?
You can find me on Twitter, very active on Twitter, at BamBamGuitar, BAMBAMGUITAR. And check the bottom of your screen. It's twitch.tv, Stream of the Hut. Also look for Stream of the Hut on YouTube. Just crossed, I think, around 11,000 subscribers.
Nice.
I'm going to start streaming this game regularly. And I'm going to bring back my Red Hot Sundays.
Oh, yes.
Red Hot Sundays is hot, and it's going to get hotter. I'm going to have kickoff Red Hot Sundays on my stream this coming Sunday. I want to find, you know, like Atrocitus versus Green Lantern. Like, I want to have those matchups.
Right.
And find one top representative per character to showcase these characters to the world. Because I feel like information is scattered right now, and I feel like a lot of people are just kind of thirsting. You know, they're thirsting for information. They want to see characters. So I want to give it to them, you know, next Sunday. And so yeah, you can see my play. You can see a lot of other top players play. I'm more than happy to play new players that come into the scene. I'm all about educating them, helping them. I'm not one of those guys that's going to charge you money to help you. I don't care about that stuff.
Right.
Just hit me up. I'm more than happy to help you and get you involved in the tournament scene.
So you said on Red Hot Sundays you're going to try to hit like as many characters as possible so people get to see all the different things going on.
The plan is I don't stop streaming until every character is shown.
Ooh.
So,
I'll definitely be watching
right,
because
cool.
I can't wait. I love Red Hot Sundays when you're doing it for MKX. It was so awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy that you're bringing them back. I also saw that you already uploaded a bunch of your rank sets and other sets that you played on your YouTube channel. So if you guys are thirsting for content, you're definitely filling a demand. I'm sure that the Red Hot Sundays will go up on the YouTube channel later.
Absolutely.
So if you guys want to watch it there, where else do you recommend people go if they are thirsting for that knowledge, they want to see that information, that tech? Where can people find that kind of stuff?
Well, you can check it out at testyourmight.com, and you can. Yeah, I mean, basically testyourmight.com, Twitter's streams. You know, you can check out other popular streams. Sonic Fox, Z Sonic Fox, his stream is good. Dragon is streaming more and more now. He's more about getting out there and creating a following for himself. With
he's playing
with
Poison
Twitch.
Ivy, right?
Yeah, he's playing Poison Ivy. He's playing Catwoman also, which I find super interesting. Other streamers, you know, Scar streams. I think Perfect Legend is on stream.me.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, maybe he's on Twitch also. Yeah, I'm super excited about this. And I also want to give a huge shout out to my sponsor, Noble Gaming. Yeah, also check out Noble Gaming. We're just not in fighters. Actually, they're new to fighters. Yeah. And it's going really well. We have an awesome team. We have actually not an awesome team. We have the best team. You have, you know, Echo Fox, whatever they're called. And then you have Noble, which is way off here, like way better. We're way better.
Way better. Yeah. So it's like Echo Fox is down here. Or
they're like down here. Hold on. Can I go under the desk?
Under the desk.
All right, under the desk. And then we're like up here. So it's Noble's the best, and we're going nowhere. And we have great new players, great old players, players from the ages of 17 to 35. And I kind of bring up the age average a little bit.
I mean, you're clearly an old dog who can learn the new tricks, right? 2 new characters that you won with today. So that was really awesome. It was really cool to see you playing non-legacy characters and do so well. So follow him on all his different social media channels. Follow Noble for supporting. And congratulations today on the win.
Thanks,
so we're going to go and talk to Slayer, who is over there with Ultradavid.
All right, man. What was that about? This I'm never going to block low thing? Well, what was the deal? This has been bugging me since I saw it 5 minutes ago. What happened?
Well, my game plan was when I picked Superman, it was a breath of fresh air. But when he went Atrocitus, it was a little bit ballsy. And so I thought I'd pick Aquaman because he has good his water pressure. You know, he gets it in there. And it didn't work out, so I had to pick Bruce Wayne and try to go batshit crazy. But you saw the result of it. I got a 10-3. That was honestly like I'd played 2 first to 10s with an Atrocitus before this in the beta, and this was about like my 30th match like I had ever played against him. And so I knew that that you can like fuzzy. This guy named Red Raptor, he put out a video when everyone was like, oh, Atrocitus this, Atrocitus that, because you can't block his 50-50, and he took a whole life bar and chip of blocking it. So it is fuzzyable, and it's just my human error, you know? I'm going to go back and lab it. It's the game is out day one. I feel like we put on a good show with some sweeps, and that just shows you it's a new game. Like, we had never seen that before, you know? Maybe there's a lot of other characters that might sweep us like that, but we had a great tournament, and I'm glad everything worked out the way it did. Like, it was just a good show, I feel.
So it's not that you weren't committed to blocking the overhead. You were just trying to fuzzy guard the whole time?
Yeah, like the overhead comes out a little bit. It's like you can block overhead then low because the low, but you know, it happens.
All right, I guess that makes sense then. What it seemed to me like what was happening was that you just were so insistent on blocking overhead that you then convinced Pig that he should go overhead because he didn't think you would keep blocking overhead.
The thing is, it's a mid overhead, so he could do mid low, mid overhead low, or mid overhead. So it's just, you know, it's the mix, and I felt like I was blocking a lot. Like my defense, like I felt like I was attempting to hold back a lot. Like I felt like my offense was way, like I was 20% offense and like way more like trying to do something now. And it's fine. It happens. It's day one.
I think that was funnier than the lines you opened this up with.
Did you not see how much I was trying to hold back to block all that stuff? It's
back, yes.
Down, no.
Down, no. Well, okay. Having seen this now, which of those characters do you feel most comfortable with moving forward in this matchup, and just in general, who are you feeling comfortable with?
I really think I'm gonna stick to my characters. I think like going back, I probably would have pointed Batman instead of losing 7 games and then going him, and then I won a few games. But who knows? My other characters may do just as well. But I just, you know, we don't know the matchups right now. You don't know the matchups after a few hundred games, and let alone like we don't have the game came out 11 hours ago. Right. But I'm really grateful to be here and have played and try to at least, you know, do something.
Are you going to be traveling around? Are we going to see you at a bunch of places coming up, or?
Hopefully, I'm a free agent right now, and you know, I've been out here for a while, and it's hard to do the daily life thing and do this. So I'm gonna try to go really hard at it. I've been putting a lot of effort in real life to take some time off and do this and really focus on content and YouTube. MF Slayer is gonna be my Twitch and my YouTube channel. It's as well as my Twitter, and yeah. So we'll see how the future goes. You know, don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it out everywhere. You know, because the money's tough, but we'll make it. And definitely gonna play the game a lot and just try to get as much people playing it, you know, as possible, and just put on a good show. That's what it's really about, I feel.
Yeah, man, you're a super talented player. I mean, we've been seeing that for the last couple of NRS games, and I'm sure it's not going to be anything different for you moving into this one. So best of luck. I'm sorry it didn't work out for you today, but yeah, we'll see you around.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, we're going to go back up to the desk.
All right, so there you have it. You see our bracket for the day. 2 10-1s to start things off. 1 for Slayer and 1 for Tom. For Pick of the Hut over KDZ. A really impressive showing from both of them in those sets. And then Noble's Pig of the Hut closes it out against Slayer 10-3. A day full of more like, I feel like, sort of lopsided matches than I would have expected. But a lot of people, as you can see, learning, exploring a lot of characters. I think almost nobody was like, all right, I'm just going to play this one character, right? Everybody was switching around to a different stuff. So Pig of the Hut is our king here at King of the Hill, and our inaugural Injustice 2 King of the Hill. So really awesome showing to him. And congrats to Pig of the Hut. He's somebody I expect to do super well.
Sure.
And also does a lot of great things for the community. So he's not just a good player, but he is involved in like everything. So really great stuff to him.
Yeah, you know, I think Slayer mentioned it, talking about how we're all still learning matchups.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to properly learn a fighting game matchup in and out.
Right.
Matchups change over time, over years. Even without changes to the game itself. People play things differently, learn things differently. You're not going to get that stuff on day one. And I'm happy to hear that he was just trying to do a fuzzy guard. That is to say that you block overhead low very quickly, right? So there's an input timing where theoretically you should be able to block both the overhead and the low if you time it properly.
Right.
But if you don't, then you get hit.
I know that a lot of people
times.
try to block it in a way that like you react to the low. I have also heard that there's a fuzzy that you can do, but like the input is just like he's just like swinging his hands and all of a sudden it's like boom and it's there. So it's really hard to see.
Yeah.
And yeah, that mix-up worked out a lot until it didn't.
Yeah, but it didn't need to not
work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But that was a cool set,
Anyway.
and I expect that every player that you saw today, you will see traveling all over the place and playing Injustice. I'm sure a lot of them will be switching characters.
Oh, sure.
And, you know, we'll see them. They're from all kinds of different regions as well.
Yeah,
So-
I really like the list of players we have here. A couple of players who have been playing for quite a while, relatively new, players who have different styles, players who have different areas represented.
Right.
Yeah, and all of them very, very talented, even though there were 10-1s and then 10-3. You might look at that and think, wow, one player is way better than her. But new game, we're still figuring things out.
Right.
You know, don't expect for KDZ to always get 10-1. I mean, that man won Evolution.
Yeah.
Right. So there is a lot of talent here, and look at these guys moving forward because they're going to be strong.
And I'm sure that they're all fiending to play. Like, I'm assuming that as soon as this camera is off, they're going to be running to play a billion games and try out all their characters and learn like the rest of us are. Like, everybody right now is trying to learn.
Right.
You know, the game is brand new. There's a lot of like information kind of flooded around everywhere, and there's not a lot of time getting in there, playing the characters, learning the matchups, and just understanding how the game plays. Right.
Yeah, and certainly as we were watching, there were things that we didn't know. Can you punish X with Y? Not sure yet. You know, things like that. We have to just figure that stuff out, and nobody can know all of those things immediately.
Yeah. I mean, even in
that's how
Combo
it
Breaker
goes.
will be very soon. Combo Breaker is just a few weeks away.
Yeah.
The game will still be new there.
Oh,
There'll
yeah.
still be
Oh,
tons of character matchups and, you know, just new setups and ideas that, like, people are just like, I've never seen that before. I had
Absolutely.
no idea what that was. So, yeah, I mean, that's going to be a really kind of like one of those things that you just constantly have to focus on. You have to see like where this evolves. You have to keep your eyes peeled on all the different streams that Pig mentioned, all the different places you can check that stuff out. You also have to keep your eyes peeled on the social channels here at ESL, which include twitter.com/ESL Injustice, where you can find all the Injustice news that you guys are looking for, any new events, any new King of the Hill, you know, online stuff that they're doing here at ESL Injustice. Definitely check it out. Follow them down below and follow the channel you're currently watching on. This is twitch.tv/ESL, where they have all kinds of stuff every Tuesday. It's like the fighting game day. Basically, there's Street Fighter King of the Hill action. Now there's Injustice on the channel. So tune in, keep your eyes peeled, and see if there's anything you're interested in. If you're interested in other fighting games, we cover a lot of different fighting games on our show. That is Ultrachen TV. Every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's just a show about all fighting games news, you know, announcements. If there's anything cool that we want to talk about, different topics that just come up, then that's usually the plan on the show.
Yeah, we'll be talking about this game tonight for sure. And also, please let us know in the social avenues that you mentioned. You know, tell us if you'd like to see more Injustice. I would love to have it on as many times as we possibly can. I'd love to see it more and more. So please let us know if that's something that you're interested in as well.
Yeah, and if there's any players even that you'd like to see. If there's somebody from your region that you feel like is really good, that you want to come on here and represent, tweet in and let everybody know.
For sure. All right, well, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Congrats again to Pig of the Hut. We're out for now. See ya.